Da-da-da. Okay, looks like everything is working. We are live. Happy day, everybody. Well, for everyone that has not yet noticed, I am not currently a bunny or a hobkin today, for we have just recently found a lion that I felt did pretty well represent Caddie. So, we finally have Caddie. Isn't that special? So, yay, you have Caddie. You have me being as me as I possibly could be at the moment. That doesn't mean I'm not going to be a bunny or a hobkin or any other things in the future. It's just, well, I am being me right now. And that, for me, is an important thing. So, yay. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Iced Toast. I will have a wonderful stream, thank you. And hello, Denny. Welcome to the fun. And I see my fops who was here earlier wagging at me. I sat at her, because I peepo-satted. But yay. It's Monday. It's a day. We do things. We have Monday feels. But that's what we're here for. Get rid of all that Monday. Shake it all off because it's all done. We're in the evening and we're here to fun. Hello, Wild. Welcome to tonight. I finally got the Namco Museum on the Dreamcast. Namco! Oh, Namco. That is definitely an old video game name for sure. Welcome to Not Modern Product. Stuff that back when I was growing up, I remember that was the stuff you saw out in game machines, in arcades and stuff. It was mostly Namco stuff. Memories. That and Atari products were still out in a lot of game arcadey type machines. And Nintendo was still a player out there with things like Donkey Kong and whatnot. That was a long time ago, wasn't it? So, yeah. Old stuff. Ta-da! And I certainly am a fan of a lot of the older type games. I still have my Atari 2600 and a really big stack of games for it. I even at some point found a 7800 in a thrifty store, which will play both the 2600 and the 7800 carts. And it had a stack of 78 games with it. I think I've turned 2 of them on, but to be honest, I just got it to get it. I didn't get it because I thought I'd play it forever. It was like $20, so I didn't really feel like I made a major loss. The VMU minigame Pack It was fun. Well, that's good. A lot of those Dreamcast games had little mini VMU playable things. So, yeah, an extra little fun you could do with your save file effectively. I only owned a Dreamcast for maybe a year at most, and I barely touched it. It was after Dreamcast was discontinued, so it wasn't like I got it in the new phase. I got it just because I think I got it for $50 new, and I had no love. I just had it, and a friend really wanted to play Sonic Adventure, and I just let him have it. I'm nice like that sometimes. I hope you know of the better European 7800 gamepad controller. Honestly, for the most part, if I'm playing on the 7800, I'm probably putting in the original Atari joystick to play original Atari games. 2600 style, little stick with an orange button. But I hardly ever turn those on. I mostly have them for the random time I have a retro moment in my life where I feel like, man, I could really use me some addery time. Get in that addery 2600 excitement. Oh, yeah. Pinball. Very square pinball. But I had so much fun on it, I can't complain. Or, like Centipede or Dig Dug or something else on that line. And man, am I having fun with this new avatar. It really looks just right. I'm pretty darn chuffed by getting to be my liony self finally. If anyone's curious, it is a Kiggy specifically. So if you're looking to be a lion yourself or a kitty of any sort, this is an option. They do a really good job of making kitty shape. Kitty, 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 kitty. And I'm a lion. Lion. The only things I wish I had was more hair options. This hair's fine. And more outfit options. This is the only outfit that came with it. But I think you can get other outfits to go with this model, so I'm okay with that. And it has a cute little bow on the back of the neck. So there's that. And a bow on my butt in the outfit. Something went ding. What go ding? Oh, where's the ding? Ding. Ding will pop up on my screen there. Oh, hello. Wow, I'm having trouble reading that. QWDQWDQ. Series of Q's and D's. Welcome. Oh, and we're having an ad. I apologize for the ads. But, they pay the bills. I won't be that exciting. I'll just sit here and be a cute lion for you while you're waiting for the ad to go away. You'll see me bouncing the upper corner. Lion time in the ad. Gonna be an ad. So it's a lion. Yay! In fact, I think the only person besides me on right now that's chatted so far is Fopsy, who is not seeing an ad. But, I still love all of you, even if you can't hear me saying so. And you can hear me saying so in the VOD later on or in the recorded variant on YouTube. Because this will show up there like usual on Wednesday. Mostly because it takes a while to upload a 26 gig file to YouTube. It does. And then YouTube, well, honestly, it doesn't take that long to do the upload. It's more that it takes that long for YouTube to decide to process it. Stupid processing time. 8:30. Usually it's about 7 minutes on the dot whenever the ads start and end. So 8:30 being when they end. I'm guessing you're all back. Welcome back from the ad. I'm sorry you had to go to ad prison. This happens sometimes. I think the last thing I was saying was I'm really happy with my lion, and I'm so excited to get to be a lion for all of you on VR chat now. More representing myself, more being what I feel is the best representation of me. Between this and a pink bunny, they're probably some of the most me things you're going to see that is like really representing myself. They both really speak as part of my personal perspectives. So I'm really happy. Happy. I fell off of modern gaming. The Atari Anniversary Edition on Dreamcast can't save on VMU, but it's one of many Windows CE games on the Dreamcast. Nice. Yes, and I am I'm always amused when I think about things that are running on Windows CE, like the Dreamcast was. One of Windows' many special names that we all know and love, WINCE. Wince. I mean, we all know the rule of how to avoid having a stupid name for something. Have a 11-year-old, 7 to 11-year-old on staff in the boardroom when you come up with a name. If they're giggling, you probably should change it. That we had Windows XP. I mean, it was Windows close the eyes, tongue out. We had Wince, which is you just say it. It's Wince. Wincy is on a disc only. Wince. Thank you, Microsoft. You brought us many interesting smiles you weren't expecting. But Windows CE did have a lot of uses in the early days of extremely portable computing. Windows CE was often used on handheld things back in the late 90s to early 2000s. CE is the handheld Windows companion to 95. Yep, that's what I was just getting to. It is the basically, it's like it was just kind of like portable piece of Windows you could take with you, so you could look at your Outlook on your Palm Pilot or whatever, or try and play Minesweeper on the go. Whatever it is you actually could do with a Palm Pilot or any of those other little handheld critters back in the late 90s, early 2Ks. It was used for a lot of thin clients. Got that right. Yep. That is 100% correct there, Mr. Commander Kasune. It was definitely a very important stepping stone to a lot of our more modern portable thingies that we all carry around that all run mostly either iOS of some flavor, whatever you're most able to update to, or Android of some flavor. Oftentimes customized by the manufacturer. Cassiopeia, including ATMs. Yeah, isn't that interesting? Yeah, things like Wince were being run on ATMs and all sorts of other weird things. I remember one of my first jobs where I actually got to use the point of sale computer at a food place, and I saw it when we were booting up, and it was running Windows XP. I was like, really? Wow. It was basically just a like a Microsoft Access panel that they made buttons into that, well, was a cash register. Amazing what Windows actually is really useful for. Compatible with Wince. And yes, I'm just going to say Wince because that's way more fun than saying Windows CE. It worked. There's nothing wrong with it, honestly. If you had something that did not have a lot of function, you just needed to have it do something, and you could make it compatible with Wince, it was a workable option. It was a way to get around things. Because at the time, Windows 95 and 98 were big, and portable and / small storage products were expensive. So you wouldn't want to waste, 10 gigs on an installation of Windows and all the things you need to make it run to make it do what you need it to do. Or you could have this copy Wince in there just being enough to do what you need. Kind of neat, really. I was definitely a collector of old computers for the longest time, so I remember playing with versions of DOS back as far as I think I had a copy of 3 for a while on something. I lost a lot of my older computers in the move out west, so I no longer have my 386. I miss it a bit. I mean, I really wouldn't do anything with it much, but I kind of miss its existence. And I Well, when I moved out of Western Pennsylvania to Central Pennsylvania is when I lost like the 8086, the 286, and a lot of those other really old things. C on the Dreamcast was for DirectX libraries. The Dreamcast had a lot going for it, but in a lot of ways it was ahead of its time and not ready for what was coming. Just the fact that it had a dial-up modem and not a Ethernet jack was definitely a sign of was not looking at the future, was just looking at the now when they made it. So it had BBA. I actually don't know what that means. I have seen people doing things with like a Raspberry Pi, which takes the dial-up modem signal and turns it into an Ethernet signal, so you could put it on a network or the internet, which is in of itself pretty cool. But you're still having to wire up a thing and program it, and that's still a lot of to do to make a broadband adapter. It did? Really? I thought it didn't ever actually get a broadband adapter release. I thought it just had the dial-up modem. Is that an official released item, or was that a later aftermarket released item? Well, that's interesting. Everything I'd heard before was they never actually had made anything directly for it other than the dial-up modem unit. Well, that's a cool bonus. I remember around not long after that, the PS2 had come out, and when it got its adapter, it was a both adapter. It had both a dial-up modem option and a Ethernet jack. And then when the Xbox came out, it had just Ethernet. And the GameCube, it had an adapter slot. You could buy one or the other and put in there. It's hell expensive for broadband on Dreamcast. Wow. Yeah, unless you really had a good reason to get it, I don't see why you're going to be buying that then. Honestly, I don't have a reason why I'd buy a Dreamcast. Again, not even to replace the fact that I owned one for less than a year. And like 2 games, which I never played, I think, either of. I'm sticking to Dream Pi. I'm guessing that's the Raspberry Pi adapter thing I was talking about. Really, unless you actually had a reason to put your Dreamcast online, there's not much you'd... I can't see people going, oh man, I need to get online with my Dreamcast because I don't have anything else that's really cool that get online with, like a computer or even an Xbox 360 or PS3, my smart TV, my Roku box. NFL 2K1 would be fun. To be fair, I remember whenever the Dreamcast came out, one of my friends did get one, and they did have VMUs, and they loved playing the football game on it, probably that one, and getting to show your plays on your little controller thing so you could see your play and have your guys all set up, and your friend that's sitting next to you playing couch co-op couldn't see it. But otherwise, I never really got into playing sports games on the game system, so for me it's like, oh, it's like watching football except slightly faster. Okay, cool. I don't care for either. I didn't even buy like Super Nintendo football when I saw it for less than 50 cents at the used game stores because I was like, and let this take up space at your place store, not in my house. Not my problem. Last place I remember having fun on sports games were like Atari type sports games because, well, they felt like you were doing something. Oh, hello, Emmy. Hootsing in there, I see at us. And how are you, little cute little hoot hoot? Little owl. Once NFL 2K1 arrives, I will have 5 games in total. Woot! 5 games. You're coming close to how many games we own for the GameCube. Not saying anything was wrong with the GameCube, but at the same time, we had PS2s, so PS2 had a little bit better graphics, so if something was on both, we would have probably got it there. Emmy's been sick since this weekend. Oh, I'm sorry, Emmy. I hope you feel better. Homebrew's keeping Dreamcast. Yeah, I'm sure it is. And Fopsy's hugging little Emmy up. I hope you feel better, little Emmy. What kind of sick? Is it like tummy sick or coughing sick or whatever it is? I hope it gets better. Get some rest. Drink a lot of fluids. If it's like coffee sick or sneezy sick or whatevs, eat some soup. That's usually good. I'm a big fan of soup when I'm sick. Makes me feel happier. Asthma, cold. Yeah, soup. Definitely soup for you. Eat a lot of soup. Chicken noodles, beef stews. Chili will drain you out. I love eating chili when I'm sick too. And I have the Crown 03 has asked, how many followers do I have? Well, let's scroll down and see. Apparently on here, 174. I know on YouTube, I checked that this afternoon. I was at 764 on there. I'm getting really close to being able to monetize on YouTube. So if you want to follow me on there, I'd appreciate too. I do not eat a lot when I'm sick. Aw, thank you for following me. It's easy to read you over here. I have the Crown 03. I appreciate that. I don't eat a lot. When I'm sick, it makes my tummy icky. I can definitely feel you there. But take care of yourself. At least drink a lot of fluids. Fluids really help you flush out no matter what. So water, juice, if you can. Juice at least get you some nutrients in there besides just the water. And if you're expelling a lot, maybe something with electrolytes like Gatorade or other sports beverage. More healthy drinks as opposed to sodies, and definitely avoid the alcohol for the moment. That's probably not as good for you. Does Dutch Bros help? I don't know. What is Dutch Bros? Is that... It sounds like something that's not good for you. I got a new Hello Kitty bag yesterday. My friend snuck the Namco Museum and Hello Kitty lunch bag. Aw, that is so cute. Nothing wrong with a little bit of Senri in our lives. I love Senri stuff. Coffee. I'm going to allow the coffee. 100% allowing coffee. It does give energy. It's a stimulant. It does actually increase your metabolism slightly. And does often make you feel better if you're not feeling as good. I don't think it's going to help you be better, but it might help you feel better. So that's definitely a plus. So, yay. I'm never going to say I'm not going to drink coffee when I'm sick, so I'm not going to tell you not to drink coffee. If I have a day off work or something, whether it's sick or not sick, I can tell you I start that day with a double shot of espresso out of my kitchen because, well, I make a mean double shot of espresso. Everyone follow. Yay, well, thank you. I have the Crown 03. And yes, I am about to hydrate. I see 2 hydrates on my screen. Apparently, I sound like I need liquids. There it is. Where's my... I saw it. Then I have to reach over. Chat disappears. I'll get it back. Delicious hydration. Hydrate times 2. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm drinking. Ah, delicious water. Go back on the thing. It will dehydrate you, Emmy. Have water. Well, yes, definitely have water as well. Don't not. Prime subs are useful. Yay. Yes, Fopsy and I do share a Prime account, so we both have the little happy blue crown. Love the little blue crown. Move back over here. Chat your loft side. That's better. Denny, I have 2 huge glasses of water. Good girl, Emmy. Good girl. Drink all that water. It is really important. It will help your body flush things out, your kidneys and your liver and all them other filter parts of your digestive tract will certainly help you weasel that out. My glasses were just maladjusted in there. That's better. No more pressing little sharp parts on my nose. That's nicer. And I can see better. That's also better. Red Bull, Monster, oh, you're trying to list all the stimulant beverages. I'll admit, when I was in my early 20s and AMP just came out, I liked to drink that some. And I drank balls when I was going to my first few LAN parties. For all of you who are not old enough to know or remember what a LAN party is, that was what we did back in the day before we all had good internet. We would take our computers with us, with our big honking tube monitors, and we would play, put them in one room together and play together. I love the Metamoon Prime Hydration Water and the red one. Nice. Early 20s. I'm 12. Oh. Well, hello there. Well, technically, I'm not an 18 plus, so you are welcome to show up. Doom death matches. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll undate myself a little bit. By the time I was going to LAN parties, well, by the time I had a computer I could take to LAN parties, it was Unreal Tournament and Quake 3. So that's what was the games. Boops with little feathers and asks for nestling. You are welcome to camp on my head. It is nice brown head fur now. It's perfect place to hide a little hootie howl. Yes. And yes, I have the crown. As long as you're old enough to be using Twitch, I forget what the start age is. I think it is 12, so I don't see nothing. I'm not going to do anything lewd that I know of. And I do try not to swear. It's 13. Don't get yourself in trouble there. I have the crown then. Apparently the age is 13. I didn't hear you say that. Okay. You may have typoed there as far as I'm concerned if you really want to listen to me stream, but don't get yourself in trouble. But don't also go to anybody's streams that are 18 plus. You don't want to get them in trouble, and you don't want to lose your ability to use Twitch in the future. Speaking of which, Emmy, you did bring up one of my topics by accident there. Oh, I'm turning 13 tomorrow. Oh, then you're fine. You're fine. As far as I'm concerned, you just turned 13, right? That's good enough. Close enough for me. Happy birthday. Yes, I agree with Commander Kasune. Happy birthday. I have the crown. You are now adequate. Yeah, mentioned coffee there, Emmy. And one of the things I thought about talking about was actually coffee. Specifically, people that don't like coffee that like coffee at the same time. I know quite a few people that at least at some point didn't drink coffee and or still don't drink coffee, but love the smell of coffee. And I find that very interesting because, well, coffee is a pleasant scent to me. The moment I open up a fresh bag of beans or I grind some even if it comes down to opening up a can of instant, that smell, that fresh, bold coffee smell, and then there's the smell when you're making it. It's like just coffee smell. So a lot of people I know love that smell, whether or not they actually like coffee. That bold, stimulating, earthy brew scent, the roasted beans, that little bit of burnt seed smell that they have. It's really, really invigorating. It's funny how so many people, I actually do know more than a few that don't like coffee, but love that smell. And then I really love coffee, so, I got that going for me. There are a lot of other smells that most people love, whether or not they even know that they're specifically what they're smelling. Oftentimes, baking products are a big, big smell friend. In fact, there's like an industry of scents that you take around if you're trying to sell a house to spray around the house to make it more invigorating, and most of them are baked goods scented. I was a late bloomer to coffee. I just drink it on the weekends. I feel you there. I used to drink a lot more during the week. I have cut myself down to 1 cup on a work day. And on the weekends, usually it's 3 double shots throughout the day. Because, well, I'm off, and that's my pleasing thing, and it makes me happy. But the smells of both baking bread and baking cinnamon rolls are 2 of the biggest scents that people will go gaga over as far as making a place smell like it feels right. Oh, Twitch froze. I'm sorry. Kick it. No caffeine for the commander. Sorry. Yeah, I know you got a lot of no's from your doctor in the last few years about you're not allowed to have. I am so sorry on the no caffeine. I'm glad I do not require caffeine to start moving at this point. I used to. Now I at least can be semi-normal without it. I love the smell of baked goods. That for me also does definitely rank right up there with the smell of coffee beans. I will make an excuse to pop a roll of ready to bake cinnamon rolls in just for the smell. I should make fresh ones and all, but I'm lazy, and that takes work. I've been meaning to make bread for months at this point. I got all the ingredients in the cabinet. Fortunately, they're more or less shelf stable, so it's not a big deal. But I want to make some just basic white bread. It's a happy thought. I love a fresh loaf of boring. Coffee is good for the morning. Believe it or not, on work days, I have my 1 cup after lunch. Reason being, I usually nap on my lunch, and the cup of coffee helps reignite me and get me back going. Charles Martinet is stepping down as Mario. Aww. Well, can't be Mario forever, I guess. Besides, we lost our best Mario ever, and that would be Captain Lou Albano. You can't top that. You take 1 step, and then again, come on, it's time to go do the Mario. That is right. That is it, Fopsy. You do that, Mario. You do it. Loved that man. He was an awesome Mario. He's the Mario ambassador. uh, well, we've had several people acting as Mario over the years, in both voice and in visible. Fopsy, Emmy's booping Fopsy's nosy wanting ups. You never top Waluigi. Yeah. Yeah. Yay, Emmy can have ups. Good girl. Uppies, Emmy. Uppies are a good thing. And I do apologize if I am a little more tired today and or will be tired over the next few streams. I did explain this probably the last 2 times I've been on, but we've had this thing called mandatory overtime at work. Went to Burgercade last night too. Neat! I'm guessing that's a burger place that's also an arcade. So both me and the Fopsy have mandatory overtime every morning. Well, mine's in the morning before my work starts, and hers is at the end of her shift. Ironically, making our shifts the same time frame at the moment, but that also means I have to wake up an hour early each day and go to bed early. Oh, ad time. I'll keep boring for the next minute and a half. This is the boring ad time. Boring ad time. Our work is being butts. Not cute fluffy butts, but boring, non-fluffy, stinky butts. I agree. I need to save up for a sub for you. Aww. You don't have to, but I appreciate if you want to. I always appreciate when people think I'm worth a subbing too. Granted, you probably can't hear me saying that at the moment, but I will say it after you come back. Which will be in about 45 seconds, I think, give or take. Do. Waiting for people to come back from ad time. Waiting for people to come back from ad time. Ad time. Fopsy, you are so good to my people. Thank you. Well, it looks like 5 randoms got it. Raven, Zyho, 13, Wild Fox, Catwoman, and Emmy all got subbied. Yay! Fopsy, you're very good to my community. I appreciate you. All the dings. And I think we're all back. But yes, Denny, I appreciate anyone that feels I'm worth subbing to. I always appreciate the fact that you think that what I do is valid. Whether you can or can't afford to do so, I don't hold that against you. If you feel like it's worthwhile, even if you can't afford it, I appreciate you thinking it that I'm worth. So, yes, thank you very much for just being there and for having the wish that you could. Because it does make me feel special. Makes me feel valid. Emmy climbs into my lap and ruffles feathers. Oh, you're cute. Hey, you know, Emmy, and you pet. Adgard paused for me. Woot! Or is that bad? I'm assuming that's good. I'm hoping that's good. Gonna pet the little Emmy bird on my lap. Yay! So yeah, overtime's been bad. I am sorry. I am sorry that it pooed on you. Blah 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 blah. Thought train. Oh yeah. So, yeah, I'm having to get up an hour early for work every day. My body doesn't believe this is the way life should be. So, I'm a lot more tired. They do this for free users. Oh. Okay. Um, I am doing my part in trying to go to bed an hour earlier, which I do successfully get into bed more or less the right time. Yay! Aw, little sleepy Emmy. I keep you on my lap. You be safe. We'll keep you all warm and fluffed up. Um, so yes, I am going to bed an hour early, but my body doesn't agree that it's smart. It's the way the world should be. And now you know how dogs feel when humans change their clocks by an hour. Yeah, their body says 7 a.m. is pee time. That's when the human wakes up and is able to open the door for me. And now all of a sudden 7 o'clock is not the same time, and I still have to pee. I'm going to pee on your shoes. Doglight savings time. 4 hours of sleep and 2 Dutch Bros sugar-free double-blended energy drinks. Crash. Emmy, you need to get sleepies. Don't skip on the sleepies. You need to not be... You get your sleepies, then you won't be as eepy. Can't be eepy. You need to be a sleepy eepy. I know you're an owl, and those stay up during the night times. Boop. Meow. It was raining hard and it woke me up. Oh, I'm sorry. Rain can definitely keep you up. For me, it does help me stay asleep. Storms especially. If it's storming really good when I'm already asleep, I'm a rock. I am out like a light. Tonight was thunderstorms. Oh, I'm sorry if they kept you up. I got an Amy Rose figure yesterday. Yay! Pink hog. I have a rain channel on my radio. That is awesome. I know more than a few people that have used a noise machine to generate rain noises while they're sleeping to help them get some extra Z's. I've considered it myself, but then I have to remember to turn it on and off. Amy Rose was teen crush of yours. Oh my. Oh my. She did not exist when I was a teenager, so that wasn't a thing. Well, I suppose technically she was when in my late teenage years, because she was born in the Dreamcast, I think. I think she was on Sonic 3D Blast. I think. I'm not perfect on my Sonic history, okay? It's not like... I don't have a major in Sonic history. She was on Sonic CD. Well, I know she was in Sonic CD. That's right. Yeah, that's right. That was early 90s, actually. Wow. Yeah, but not many people played Sonic CD either, so that's a negative for it. Because to be able to play Sonic CD, you had to own a Sega Genesis, then you had to own a Sega CD. And if you don't own both of those things, you're never going to have the game. I'll be honest, I didn't even know she existed until later years. Meow. Get back to that. There we go. Those denim shorts are gender. I like the denim shorts. They are fun. Unfortunately, it's the only outfit that came with the avatar, but we're hoping to find other ones we can attach to it. Kiggies are pretty common, so hopefully some stuff does exist that'll fit onto them. Not sure if Dira type clothes will fit on them, but we'll see what we can do. I think I have a sweater I can do that with that's out of the Dira stuff. Yeah. Let's see, what else do we have? I've been getting more into yams. I mentioned that a couple of streams ago, and I'll mention it again. I baked another cracker of yam this weekend, and ooh, that was tasty. Emmy's gotta go. I'll see you some point for Hearts Relay for Regret. Absolutely there, Emmy. I will be there by, well, I'll have my thing turn out at 1. I won't be there till 2 because that's when I get back from lunch. But I will see you then, Emmy. You be a good little hooter. Get some rest. Eat something. I'm not expecting you to like down a whole roast chicken or something, but little something for nutrition. But yeah, I baked up yet another yam. There's a YouTuber by the name of 8-Bit Show and Tell. You might find it interesting for VIC-20 and C64. I owned a Commodore computer, but I never actually got to play any games on the silly thing because we never got any.
Final Fantasy 9, which is, I mean, there's not a whole lot there. It's just the overworld, but I thought it was really, really cool, just that it exists.
Any chance you could face at least the other direction you're facing at me? That go. Fopsy's playing in VR next to me. There we go. So yeah, put another yam in the oven. This time I did it at 400 degrees. It had well over an hour and a half, and boy, did it come out nice and soft. Oh, I know a lot of people don't care for those things, but man, they are high on my list of yummy. Yeah. They're actually really nutritious too. A lot of beta carotene. So as long as you don't put too much butter and brown sugar in them, they're not bad for you. I wouldn't mind playing some more old games on, say, the Commodore 64 era. But to be honest, not sure if I could step back into that and enjoy it in the sense that it wasn't part of my childhood. And that's how nostalgia usually works for this stuff. If you had it even remotely as a kid or even saw pictures of it as a kid, you have at least an opportunity to want to play it as an adult, even if it's old and boring comparatively. But if you never saw it, if it's older than your perspective or never was in your history, playing old stuff isn't as much of a kick. And yes, sweet potato casserole is delicious too. Usually that has a lot more sugar added to it. If you do love a sweet potato casserole, I would actually recommend going to the grocery store, find a sweet potato, make sure it's nice and firm, give it a good wash under some running water, scrub with your paws. Just put salt and pepper on the outside of it, wrap it in foil, nice and tight. Bake it at 400 degrees for at least an hour and a half. Throw just a little bit of butter on it and cut it open. Put a little bit of butter in it, and if you're really feeling adventurous, a little brown sugar. And you'll probably get about the same experience as you would from that casserole, and most likely a little bit healthier. So, good option. Almost no effort. Literally, it's just the concept of you have to put it in the oven and let it bake for ages. The 664 Mini was how you got into it. Yeah, I remember when that was coming out. I thought about it, but since I didn't own any games for that system, nothing on it was really giving me any nostalgia feels. So I had to say, this doesn't have a purpose in my life. But I can really understand how anyone that was really interested or invest in the concept of it might have gotten a nice kick out of it. I have the A500 Mini 2. Is that another one of the old computers? Like, well, similar to that one. We did get quite a few. Amiga. Okay, makes sense there. Yeah, that'd be around that same era of good old 8-bit compoopers. We have a few of the minis. Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and both variants of this Sega Genesis so far. Burp. Mm. Oof. Burping is inconvenient when you're trying to talk. Those little mini systems were a great boom. Except for the PlayStation 1 one because the the emulation wasn't that great on it, and the selection of games wasn't what people would have expected. Nothing on it. I am definitely older than the PlayStation 1 by far because I started with Atari. But none of the games that I remember seeing on the PlayStation Mini made me go, man, I need to get a PlayStation Mini for this. And since the emulation was bad, it's like, wow, I can emulate this better myself. TurboGrafx 16 Mini is something Denny wants someday. I can see that. TurboGrafx had a lot of good stuff on it too. It's another really good system that could use some more love in the future. And yeah, the PS1 had the PAL version of the games on it, which made almost no sense, especially since they basically upsped they were trying to run it on the whatever US standard is, whatever that's called. I forget. It's been so long since that stuff made any sense anymore, since everything's HDMI now. And it's basically compatible across the board. NTSC. Nice. Them's the letters. Too many lettered things. Never twice same color. Thank you, Commander. Yeah. Blurble. I haven't done too much gaming in the last week or so, other than what I did on Wednesday. In fact, pretty much solid. That's the only gaming I've actually done that I'd call gaming. For perspective, one of the few things I did was I turned on Cookie Clicker and spent my sugar lumps. Yeah. Fopsy was in the same room with me and is playing in VR chat with someone else. So, yes, they are behind me. It's okay. It's okay. I still love you. Doot. Yeah. The only games I really played, I did turn on Cookie Clicker for a little bit just to collect my sugar lumps. I'm just trying to finish that off over time. I'm not running it anymore, really. I might turn it up every so often. Boop. Um, Math. I was playing Nitro Stream Racers, but that doesn't count either. Because basically all I'm doing is accepting the fact that a race happened and I got points. I haven't played any games in a couple weeks since I beat Tears of the Kingdom. Well, did you beat it really? Did you get everything? I'm sure there's more out there. While you need to turn that game back on and look for all the secrets you're missing. Secrets. Secrets. Mao. What else is happening? Oh, and I been continuing. Oh, my legs apparently decided they were going on an adventure. Right leg, where'd you go? Something happened. Oh, one of my legs is doing a party. I'm gonna wait to see whatever happened. Oh, Mimp! Hi, Mimp. Welcome to the stream. You cute little imp. Nope, didn't 100%. There is still a good chunk of the depths I haven't explored. All right. Right paw, where did you go and why do you think you need to not exist? Chair is stuck. Chair is stuck. I am stuck. Do I have a green light on my... Oh, it shut off. There we go. All better, I hope. Leg, come back to life. Close enough. There, and untangle my cord that I tangled again while I was doing that. And back to comfy. But yes, I saw Mimp there follow. Thank you for following me, cute little Mimpy Mimp. And thank you for all of the notice you've given me on my FA account. I really appreciate the conversation. You're a little sweetheart. You know that? Yay, I get a little smile out of Mimp. Yay. Cute little Mimp. That does bring up one of the other topics I had, and that is I have successfully continued arting. So far, that's 2 pictures in a row I have put up on a little plushification series I started for myself. I was about to jump into bed, and I saw you were streaming, and I want to say, oh, thank you. You are too sweet. You think I'm worth seeing. Thank you. Well, hello, little Mimp, and I hope you get a good night's sleep. You dream pretty plush dreams, sweet, soft ones. Oh, we got a tail waggle. I gotta stand my bum up. Let me see if I can do this where I can see it. There we go. Swishy, 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 swishy. There you go. Little bit of waggle for all of you. And yes, you get a good look at the bows. Swish, swish, swish. Oh, wrong way. Okay, this way. No, don't grab my camera. Stay. Back in the comfy spot. And chat's back. Yay, now you're back in front of me. There we are. And back in a comfy zone. Well, I'm going now. I hope you have a good stream and be able to talk more soon. I hope so too there, Mimp. I hope so too. You really seem like a really nice little fluff. And I look forward to seeing you again. I hope you get some good rest and dream of soft, fluffy, satiny things. I'll leave my dress over there in case you need it. Not only did I finish the second page of that transformation sequence, I actually started the third one last night. Depending on how tired I am after work and after recording some YouTube stuff, I'll see if I can continue on with that. And hopefully later in the week, we'll get page 3 of that up. Not sure how many pages it's going to take total, but it's at least 3 and going to be more than that because this one isn't finishing the fun. um, Interestingly, one of the few people that actually commissions art from me saw what I was doing and is actually really interested, and so I might have art commission out of that too. So, hey, nothing wrong with getting a little bit of paid for doing something fun like drawing pictures. So, yay. I'm hoping to, depending on how they deal it out and when they have time, I might have a little series of things to do for someone else. So, they have been a good little commissioner, and have actually gotten several art from me, so I certainly am not going to complain about anything like that. And they've not been a complainer, which is also really good for when you're a commissioner to not have too many not satisfy your customer. I don't want to say you're not wanting to have complaints because I don't know, maybe I did not do exactly what someone asked me to do, but it's whenever someone's not pleased with how something comes out that always it's a lot harder on an artist than you'd think. But hey, I rarely get that on drawn or digitally arted things. I only ever got that from sewn items. That back on. There we go. Sorry, I coughed and I did not want to have that come on stream. The things I've gotten the most complaints on were clothing items, and I was very reluctant to even accept commissions on any of these clothing items. First off, people didn't want to pay me what they're at all worth. They barely wanted to pay me materials, and then were whining about any amount of money that I would get as actual commission work out of these things. So, you know. But I was trying my best to satisfy customers of how. Wow, that's really knocking my brain track out of whack. Okay. There. When it came time to making clothing items for people, they usually were whining about the fact that I was charging over $100 for something that they would consider simple. But they didn't take into account that the materials that they were wanting for their thing were over $100 worth, even when I try my best to buy inexpensive, minimum quality that was going to hold up materials, let alone any effort by me to actually put the thing together. Satin, you can get it cheap. I can go to Walmart and buy $2 a yard satin. But remember, when you spend $2 a yard on satin, you're getting $2 a yard satin. If you want something that's going to hold up, you're going to look at, say, $5 to $10 or more per yard. And if you're wanting to have a full body dress down to your knees, that's more than a yard's worth of fabric easily. If you have it lined, that's even more fabric. You want lacy trim. Lacy trim doesn't just come out of the air. That stuff costs money. You want a zipper? Zippers aren't free. You want elastic in the waist or something? Also not free. Even the thread to put it together, that's not very much, but it's still a cost. You still got to add that in there. So all in all, I was quoting people less than $20 worth of labor in a project, and they were kicking back at me and then complaining when things weren't exactly right when I was working off of just measurements and not anything more specific. So it wasn't exactly a pleasant experience for me. And if you've looked at my FA account or my YouTube account, you can see I've made a lot of dresses. A lot of dresses. And on me, they look great because I made them for me. I was there to try them on as I was working on them. All these people that want to have something made by me don't understand that they're not here and they aren't me. So I can't guarantee things are going to fit like them. I will do my best, but it's hard to know for sure. Yeah. But I'm not going to stop sewing for me. In fact, I keep buying fabric here and there. And Commander, if you have space in your car when you're coming to visit, and you had some of that white fur fabric that you were looking to unload, I know a line that would definitely make good use out of it, and could hand you green paper things to take it out of your possession. Throw in a couple bolts. Oh, yeah. Giggity, giggity. Obviously, again, if you've looked at any of my content, you would see how many of my dresses have fur trim. Basically, nearly all the ones I've actually made myself. And also, I'm going to redeem some water to my own silly self because I'm getting thirsty. I'm scooted over more. Let me scoot further back to my spot. And I'm just noticing as I move over in my camera, there's a Whopper ad behind me. That's better. So if you needed to know about Whoppers, they're there. The Whopper. Glass are not behaving tonight. I picked this particular world out of the randoms. Oh, it's a changing ad because now it's Coke. We're apparently at a Japanese temple, so that's why we have the sakura blossoms behind me. I thought that'd be fun. The in front of me's not as exciting. It's some kind of like sound stage thing, so meh, kind of boring. But this end's pretty fun. Yeah, it's been a day. My brain is a little bit off. I tried to think of things to add into my talking list today, but I was running a little bit thin on what to talk about even. Nothing seriously broke or went good, so I didn't have much to say. Tonight being Monday was cooking night as usual, so it was chicken leg quarters again. Still amazed at the fact that I get the bag of, it was this time 9 leg quarters for less than the price of 8 chicken thighs. So yeah, getting a my dollar's worth here. We cooked 5 of them tonight, and I'll put the other 4 in the freezer for 2 weeks from now. Try and keep things a little different for our world. Yesterday was a flat of salmon, which always really tasty. Bake that off with lemon pepper. I could eat that almost any day.
I'm ready to so you can add something to the world. Zero
Yeah.
here. You want to look at yourself in the mirror?
What else was the name? Oh yeah, I made the a can of crescent rolls. I know it's silly, but sometimes just throwing a can of Pillsbury crescent rolls or Grand's flaky layers biscuits
Lots of
makes a
peanut
meal even more fun.
and other assorted
They're not that expensive, and
vegetables.
I'm not even saying you have to get the brand name one there. You can get Walmart or Kroger or whatever brand uh, thwack biscuits and pop a can in. It adds some. It makes a meal feel more special. Assuming your oven's set to a 350-degree ratio so that you're not burning them.
Silly little dog.
Mow.
Birdie, birdie face.
Mm.
Oh, that box.
Well, chat, anything fun happened to you guys out there? Anything interesting going on in your worlds?
They're hiding all over the place. Again, we haven't even found them all yet, so pretty good at hiding.
Mm.
Let's go back down and show you the rest.
Oh, something coming on TV this week. Well, TV in my relative nature. I believe the Ahsoka series is coming out on Disney Plus. So if you're interested in watching more Star Wars hoopla, that's supposed to be coming out on Wednesday. So after you're done watching me, mind you, then you can go watch that or before, because I'm also on Wednesday. Personally, I probably won't get to watch it till say Saturday, but that's only because free time and I want to be able to let the Fopsy watch it with me if she wants to. I'm anxious because I'm always thirsty for more Star Wars or Marvel contents, or DC even for that matter. Other than preparing for a con this coming weekend, nothing happening here. Oh wait, I do have the package from China coming. Ooh, yay for cons. Good luck. We're we're not going to be there, so I hope we have a good time. Anything good coming from China? Is it another some kind of fun outfit or costume accessories? Hopefully you're going to enjoy whatever it is. Hopefully it doesn't come while you're at the con. My last thing from China did get here a few weeks ago, and that was another dress. And it turned out pretty darn good. I'm not disappointed. I recorded a couple of videos with it. I don't think either of them's been uploaded yet, but they'll be up soon enough. It's blue. Dabba dee dabba doo. Oh, and tonight will be a special video show up on my YouTube because Fopsy gets off at the same time or earlier than me now during overtime, same time, but in the short future, it'll be back to before me. Yay! I have someone that can zip me into certain suits that I couldn't have recorded in without help. So we have some Minnie Mouse videos coming up. I have recorded 4 of them so far. And one of them is set to go live tonight after this is over. Ooh, a fun new outfit, and Wild will reveal it when he gets it. Ooh. Looking forward to seeing it. Has yet to ship, so it won't be... Oh, yeah. If it hasn't shipped yet and it's coming from China, you are pretty safe. You're almost guaranteed a minimum of a week once it lands in the United States before it moves towards you, let alone any time it takes for it to get from China over to, well, for where we live, usually lands in Chicago. Every once in a while I get one that'll land in New York City. I don't know why they pick where they pick. It's probably just where our plane was going. But yeah, usually my China packages, no matter what I get them off of, eBay, Amazon, or whatever, they tend to show up in Chi-Town. Sometimes go over to Ohio, up to Michigan, and then back down to here. I don't get it. They they have fun decisions on where mail should actually progress. These usually end up in New York and take a week or two to get through customs. Ugh. Ugh. I know when it's not an emergency, it's not that big of a deal, but man, it always makes me sweat whenever the your box just sort of disappears and you don't see any movement for weeks. It's like, did customs keep it? Did it catch fire? Am I getting my thing? Do I have to worry about asking for money back? I've had, I think it was this last dress that I got. Um, it arrived in Chicago. Then it ended up in Indianapolis. Then it was in Chicago 2 days later. Then 2 days later, it was in Indianapolis again. And then Chicago. And then Indy. 2 days each time. And I'm like, what is the matter with you? Indy is 2 hours south of here. Yet you keep taking 2 day trips back to Chicago, which is about a 3 hour trip. But I mean, I accept they probably just were waiting for the next truck to go there or waiting for it to be processed when I got to each location. But still, it took vacation. It went on an adventure between Indy and Chicago's storage spaces. Can't win them all, can you? But it eventually got here and was safe and was pretty much exactly what I was expecting. So, yay. It actually worked really good with my blue satin and fur shawl that I made for my first Cinderella dress. So, yeah, it worked out pretty good. More things I can work as combinations. It definitely had a lot of relax to the corset fit, so I can easily get it on more variety of suits. Definitely fit on Caddie. I could probably get on Bursty, maybe even Daisy. If you're curious, that is the fursuits that I wear dresses, tighter things on, in the order of less dense to densest critters. When you get into Cherry Blossom or Susurvine or any of the other fluffier critters, yeah, that's where it comes down to the you better make sure there's plenty of stretch for the added girth. It is more interesting that we are more easily able to buy weird stuff from, say, China nowadays, either through Amazon, eBay, or other interesting websites out there. It's fun to be able to get this stuff, to not live in our little local bubbles, and have more variety in our lives. I'm not saying don't buy things locally, period. I'm just saying it's cool that you can buy things that are not made within a 3 hour drive from you, or at least in the same continental states sector. Having grown up in a very small town with very little shopping options, this strange concept we have nowadays of the global market that is really globally accessible to everyone, not just if you happen to be at a big city that has a little Tokyo or something where you can go and get a lot of imports. My new corset doesn't fit on my fursuits, so any ball gowns I just wear out of fursuit. This is fair. I have several corsets with several varying listed sizes. And depending on who made them, which size is what size. I normally don't wear my corsets on the outside of my fursuits, mostly because I barely buy them to fit me on purpose. Um, but I probably could wear some of my older ones now on my fursuits since I have lost enough weight. Though it does make it so the fursuit gets crunched in weird on me because my fursuits are now a little looser. I honestly, my fursuits look better loose than they do weirdly scrunched. Certainly not complaining about losing weight, mind you. I like that. Uh, it did add at least one new item I may have purchased that I will reveal once it gets here. Assuming it fits. I am hoping to spend more time in VR chat here. I have been neglecting this hardware. I think it's fun to be in this type of world. I just never have time with it. Oh, Wizard Wolf! Well, welcome and your readiness of all of it. I hope you had a lovely stream, and I hope you're having a good night too. You've missed me babbling and stuff. Though, one good thing you haven't missed is you have not missed getting to see my new lion. You actually get to see Caddie. Congratulations, this is me. If you ever want to see what Caddie was supposed to be and you haven't looked on my FA account, yeah. Yeah. I'd gotten access to the a public Kiggy, and I had it on for just a little bit on Saturday. We were hanging out. We even tried an IMDb world and saw that the freebie one, the public model, had facial blend shapes on and everything. So it was doing the singing and everything well. So I was like, wow, this is fun. Kikis are really pretty. Maybe I want to get a Kiki. And then Fopsy looked it up and found, oh, it comes with the option of being lion. Not only does it come with the option of being lion in the female and male models, but the female model had a femboy option. And I'm like, you had me at hello. I just finished streaming Mirror's Edge, and I'm going to chill in bed and eat a tub of ice cream. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Eat them ice creams. Eat some for me, too. I haven't been able to eat ice cream in a long time. I do miss that delicious flavor, but I don't miss the crampiness that it caused. Learning 24-hour time due to the Dreamcast. When I was a wee lad in the elementary school, I got my first watch that was waterproof and had the option of being in 24-hour mode. I preferred it. It made a lot more sense to be 1 to 2359 or 0 to 2359. It made more sense than it did to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. It just didn't make sense. I didn't get it. Just didn't know. So, yeah, I was a big fan of changing over to that when I could.
There are some ways to do. Oh, you got one.
Oh, it's cookie dough ice cream. Oh, I am so envious there, Wizard. Oh, that's the good stuff.
Again, they try to make it accessible.
One of the things I would do when I would be still barely able to eat ice cream is I would go and buy a big tub of vanilla ice cream. And I loved cookie dough, but I never liked the chocolate chips in it. So then I'd go over to the refrigerator section of the dessert area and would get a tube of either sugar cookie or peanut butter cookie dough that you're not supposed to eat raw, but I do it anyway. I would scoop out chunks of that. I'd put it in my bowl of vanilla ice cream. And I was like, I could have peanut butter cookie dough ice cream, or I could have sugar cookie dough ice cream. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm, I'm in my happy space. I might risk it again. Delicious cookie dough products, which I will not condone that you probably should not eat raw cookie dough, but man, can it be tasty. Bloop. Yeah. Doot, doot. Not much planned for this week. I plan to be tired most this week. I'll say that for sure. Can you eat cookie dough if it's edible? Yeah, there is the cookie dough that says you can eat it, but you know what? In my opinion, all cookie dough is edible. Yeah. I will happily eat the stuff that doesn't say edible. It still tastes good. I'm a bad person, and I will take my I'll take my hits if I need to. More than enough times I have caught myself, instead of making cookies, I'll buy the big tube of cookie dough, and I'll take a spoon and I'll sit down and I'll eat like 2 inches of cookie dough out of the tube, and then I'll put it in a bag and put it back in the fridge. That is for me a very happy thought. Never had a tummy ache from it either, so that's always a good sign. Ice cream, on the other hand, tummy ache. Ice cream makes the world. I know. I might have to risk trying some ice cream again just to see if I can keep it down. Love ice cream. Ice cream does not love me. Also, not necessarily good for me, and I try and avoid too many extra sugary things that I don't need in my life. I did change up one sugary thing this last week. Normally we'd buy a pack of cookies at Meijer in the bakery department where there's the at least kind of semi-fresh baked goods. I say that loosely because I don't know if they're actually baked at a Meijer or even at a local location, but they're the kind of fresh stuff. I'd been buying the 20-pack of Meijer cookies, either peanut butter, sugar, or oatmeal, usually. But they don't have a lot of variety there. I'm not a chocolate chip guy, so I had pineapple Dole Whip at Ice Cream Cafe. I am so jealous. I really need to try that. They have it at our local zoo, and I'm never hungry when I'm there. We usually are there really early, so I'm not ready for dessert, let alone breakfast. But I was getting tired of the varieties they had at Meijer. The two I don't buy normally are chocolate chip or like M&M chip, and that usually doesn't work for me either. Bluebell, well, welcome there, little hobbit cutie. Well, welcome to the stream. How are you this evening, dear? Yeah, no. You are the cutie. I've seen your stream. You're adorable. You're an adorable little flappy hopkin. Pretty boy. I'm just a silly lion who is reclining for too long, and I need to sit up and be more proper. There we go. So I switched from buying my cookies there, and I actually bought the ones at Walmart this time in the, again, semi-fresh baked goods section. And I played Speedy Miss Pac-Man and Speedy Pac-Man Plus. Oh, I don't need Speedy. Pac-Man can be normal speed, and I'll take that hydrate. There it is. My wings carry me. I just go where people need me, which is cuddling nuzzle. Yay! Delicious waters. Well, you're a cute little hobbit. Hobkin. It's been a day. Um, yes, Bluebell is an ice cream as well. Um, maybe that's why you showed up. We were talking about ice cream. um, I found the Walmart cookies were slightly less per cookie. The Meyer ones are normally about $7 for 20 cookies, and the Walmart ones were in 10 packs at $3 a pack, so they're slightly cheaper. I'd call myself a wabbit. You know that, right? You're so cute. You all wascally little wabbit. Fopsy is a bobadeer. Well, Fopsy Woo is a bobadeer, but she's also a Fopsy, so there's that too. Pocket Seekadeer. This is true. Fits in your pocket. She is compact. Let me move this over here so I'm not like staring into a corner. That's better. Now you can see my eyes and not just my hair. Bleat. Wow, there's also occasionally a cute little deer. So I got two different cookie types that I hadn't been able to buy, at least normally, at Meijer this week. Since I normally buy a 20-pack, I bought two 10-packs, and I got the white chocolate macadamia nut and the snickerdoodles. They were a little drier, not quite as fresh tasting, but they were definitely a, fresh flavor, as it were, for us, so that's definitely a plus. Baba is Fopsy. Yeah, I'm going to agree. Since Fopsy's not here to argue, I could just agree with you that Fopsy is Baba. Can't defend yourself if you're off doing other things. But I in review of those two particular cookies, sorry. The Fopsy is Fopsy here to defend? Actually, Fopsy is physically in the room, but playing VR chat elsewhere, so not with me. The snickerdoodles tasted less sweet than you would think, surprisingly. They kind of have a bread flavor to them, almost like a buttered cinnamon toast, and slightly denser on both cookies than the Meijer ones were. This is not a complaint. This is just a description. I actually like both, so I'm not going to argue either one was better or worse. And the white chocolate macadamia nut ones, which is definitely one of my absolute favorite cookies, period, had a very, very good, I'm going to say more close to a chocolate chip cookie dough itself than a sugar cookie dough. And the macadamia nuts and the white chips really had a good accent to it, so they're really good. I am going to, even if I buy another pack of the peanut butters from across the road at the Meijer, I will still probably buy both of those critters for a bit, because they're hitting right. And sadly enough, we have been eating them too fast because they are really tasty, and I'm enjoying myself. My right leg decided it's not really in the mood again. Good for it. Wake up, right leg. Go up where the thing can see you. There you are. It's a little bit more shielded than where the left leg is from where all the base stations are. Oh, Denny, you made shortbread once. Nice. When I was a little toot, my mother would bake. My mother and both grandmothers made a ton of cookies for holidays, so I helped make so many different kinds of cookies over the years. So, um, I can't tell you all the ones I helped make, but man, did I enjoy eating every single kind, I think. We have Skittles cookies in the UK. Skittles? Really? I can't, I don't want to say no to that. But man, they're a really tart, bitey, chewy candy. I don't know how well that would work in a cookie, but if it works, I mean, hey, it works. I'm not going to argue if it turned out good. I love making Irish soda bread. That one I don't think I have made before. Shortbread definitely has been on my things that have happened. In fact, shortbread's, again, one of my favorite cookies. One of my guilty pleasures is the tin of shortbread cookies from the Dutchland areas. Mindy goes with, shortbread is great. I have a recipe to substitute honey for sugar, and I want to make them soon. Ooh. Nothing wrong with a good shortbread. And if you do happen to make them and need help trying them, Mindy, you know where we live, and I can tell you 2 of us would help you make sure they were good. Denny uses brown sugar to make his shorted bread. Look, any sugar product makes a good cookie, and I will help everybody make sure that their shortbread tastes right. I will sample them and make sure we have a good test subject adequately assessing your situations. Otherwise, I make good shortbread. I am not doubting this. Yum, shortbread. All right, Denny says ad. I will wait for the ad. I see it said about 55 on my seconds timer, so a minute and a half would be 8:25. Glad Fluff made this emote. It is a good emote. Writer has some cute icons, which is a plus, but it has a little more calorie intake. Using honey in place of sugar helps keep the sugar consumption low. Nice. Almost through. We're at about 30 seconds to go on our ad bearing, folks. My apologies if you're hearing this and not hearing me keep talking usefully. Something dinged. What go ding? Who's popping up? What's popping up? Cream Pie City 1? Something like that. Hi there, Cream Pie. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Please enjoy your stay. We're currently talking about cookies, apparently. I see a happy little gamer wink. You has Freya icons. You're so cute. Well, hello there, Cream Pie. Welcome to the stream. I have no problem with that name. I like cream. I'm 2 away from 100 followers. Nice. Well, congratulations there, Wizard. Hopefully you'll get that soon. I'm working towards the 200 mark myself, just to get an achievement unlocked. I'm getting there. We're all going to get there. Just keep streaming, keep putting out interesting content, hopefully, and people show up. I do enjoy babbling and gaming on stream, so hopefully it does entertain. I've been getting hooked on the chocolate chip cookies from Aldi's. Yeah, the last few times I bought fresh type cookies from Aldi's, they were actually really good. I've said it before, and I will definitely say it again. I have no problem shopping at Aldi's. I don't feel like I'm, ghetto purchasing because of the nature of their store or anything. I actually find them fine. They're normal. I mean, I shop at Walmart, so I can't complain about Aldi's. My biggest problem with Aldi's is getting to the Aldi's. There's one on the absolute other side of town, which is about a half-hour drive from me. And then there's the one that's closer to me, but that's near the mall. It's got a weird parking lot, and you're practically stuck trying to get to where you park to be at it because of the exit of the parking lot and other things trying to get out of there, et cetera, et cetera. It's complicated. It's complicated. And if I end up spending 20 extra minutes driving to and from the Aldi's, it's twice as much as I would have drove to the Walmart, doesn't really save me much effort if I spent that much extra me time. And well, yeah, you can't win them all. And I know while you're pretty close to right between both of those two Aldis, both the one over on Coldwater by the Joann's and the one on Lima. I'm betting you like going to the Lima one better because one, it's a nicer store, and two, it's easier to get in and out of. Um, I would also bet you'd prefer to go to that Walmart to the one on. Oh, you actually are close to the Coldwater one? Nice. Well, I know you're right over by the zoo, so yeah, I suppose that would be closer. I just hate that parking lot. Playing Pac-Man on my Dreamcast at the moment. Ooh, Pac-Man. You don't need something as advanced as a Dreamcast to play Pac-Man. The Atari and the Coleco and the television, they all played Pac-Man. NES did too. They remade it on that. Actually, the NES Pac-Man version is pretty good. It's not quite the arcade variant, but it's darn close. So, yeah. It's interesting being not in a small neighborhood like I lived in so much of my life, or in a very restricted smaller town or smaller city, depending on what you want to concept these things as, and having options of, well, which Walmart's the better one, which Target's the better one to go to. Is this a good Meijer? Is that a good Meijer? And it's like you have choices of even the same flavor. Kind of blows my mind. I know when something is out of a trendier product, I might not find it at my Walmart, but I know which two Walmarts to go to look for it at, and which ones not to look for it at. The one down by Jefferson Point usually has the fruitier items. Secondly, the one up on Lima Road is the next closest fruitier one. The one on Coldwater, usually slightly less nicer than the one near me. Sorry, Wild, I know that's the one that's technically closest to you, but yeah, that's the Walmart that I least like to shop at. The one on Lima is much nicer. It's one of those, I don't have an argument one way or the other than the fact that, yeah, this is good, and that one's usually less neatly stocked and less pleasant to be in. The ghetto messier Walmart, I really, yeah, I feel ya. Sometimes I'll go to all the different Walmarts when I'm looking for clothes that came out. Specifically, like you can't see them, but the pants I'm wearing, usually they'll have like 1 or 2 pairs per Walmart in my size. So I would go to my Walmart, buy 2 pairs, go to the ghetto Walmart, buy their 1 or 2 pairs they have, go to the one on Lima, buy their 1 or 2 pairs, maybe even drive down to Jefferson Point and see if they have 1 or 2 pairs. Because when you're kind of chunky and like the color pink, finding pants that make you happy is often harder than you'd think.
Especially after having kids.
But at the moment, I do have a nice supply, so, I used Shein for my gender affirming clothes. Nice. um, I accept my gender as whatever it is. I just prefer comfy pink things. I'm I am me. I'm not changing from being a boy. I'm not trying to represent being a girl. I represent how I feel. And I feel like I'm allowed to wear pink. I'm allowed to wear fuzzy pants because, yeah, in the wintertime, most of my pants are pink and furry. Um, I'm allowed to wear a fluffy pink jacket like 3/4 of the year. Um, I carry a purse. To be honest, it's a lot more convenient and a lot easier to deal with than carrying my wallet and stuff in my pockets. My keys and my phone go in my pocket. Everything else goes in my purse. It's convenient. It's a lot easier on my hips and my butt. And yeah, you can carry more stuff without it being a lot of weight, and more easily find things with a pursy type bag. And me's and femboys are loved and valid. Thank you. Thank you. Now that I found femboy was a concept, I guess that's more what I must be. Wild says, I feel boyish some days and I feel girlish some days. Depends on what I feel like wearing that day, I suppose. Also, super valid. Super valid. I'm not going to say everything I wear is like ultra girly, but nothing I wear hardly anymore is ultra masculine. I'm not. Ah, yes, and Denny is she, it for pronouns. I apologize if I said the wrong thing at any given point. I am bad with pronouns. Especially with anybody that is somewhat on any different level of scales. But personally, I'll accept whatever pronoun you use for me. You can use she, you can use he. Neither one really offends me. Yay, thank you. But I do apologize to anyone I have ever messed up on because I know it's happened. I know someone I was calling female pronouns for quite a while because their name was fairly feminine, but they weren't, and I didn't realize. So I felt bad when I was told elsewise. I felt, no, I didn't know I was using the wrong thing. Because most of my friends have, whether or not they started as male or, you get me, they started as an outie as opposed to an innie. And nowadays they're representing female. That is their mode. They've gone that direction. I'm not saying they're not female. I just... It's complicated. I have more people in my life that have switched teams that have stayed with their originating team to at least some extent. Either went female somewhat, some of the time, or all of the time, or went male some of the time, or all of the time, and that wasn't what they started with. And all of the things are okay. I'm off to my first FurryCon next year. I'm excited. Ooh, which con you going to there, Wiz? We go to MFF and Anthrocon at this point. Considering throwing in a Indie FurCon here in the future, since it is, only a couple-hour drive. The con is called Confuzzled. Oh, Confuzzled! I've heard of that one. Nice. I hope you have a great Confuzz. Get it all confuzzed up. That one's in the UK, isn't it? United Kingdom. Several of my friends go to that one. And I apologize. That's definitely not a con I will get to go to. Um, Flying cons became a lot too much expensive, especially when you're flying for two now. Get all that good Badger time. Nice. Yeah, that's their. Yeah. I only have one SCART in my arsenal of cute clothes. It's going to be in Birmingham, UK. Nice, Birmingham. I've never been there. Hopefully it's pretty. I went to two Eurofurnaces. Those were two of my first furry cons. And I did that from Pennsylvania, United States. So long flights, a lot of time change. Interesting experience. Don't regret it, but my credit cards did. Airfare, even just for one back and forth, was expensive then, and it's gotten worse now. And yeah, Danny, I feel you on only having one skirt in your arsenal. But you know, if you have the spare change here and there, go shop a little and find things that make you happy. You'd be surprised what you can pick up at the Walmart. So, don't feel embarrassed to go shopping in the femme department ever. No one cares. That's something I've tried to explain to more than a few of my friends. Nobody cares. The only person that's going to care is if you're in their way. Elsewise, no one cares that you're there looking at the pink dresses. No one cares that you're sizing things up that you think might be fun to wear. I can understand not wanting to try them on in the dressing rooms or whatever, but pull things up to your waist or whatever, hold it up to your body, see if it feels like it's right. And usually it's cheap enough. You'll be able to buy something and then go, oh, okay. So this size number is close to what I am. So you'll be able to then more easily buy things elsewise. Mendy would love to take Sunny to the UK one day, see friends in places. I would love to as well. That's on my wish list too. At least there I know I speak the language, more or less. I just cut out some extra U's and things that all y'all over there in the ook use. Like color doesn't have a U. It just doesn't. I'm sorry. That's an unnecessary U. Then again, we have things like though, which personally I think should be spelled THO. But no, we spell it THOUGH. That is way too many boring letters that are not necessary to say it though. But seeing friends and stuff would be really neat. And the neat places over there. There's a lot of places in the European zones that would be fun to just hop around and look at some of the sights, see some of the neat things, some of the cities, some of the buildings. UK definitely has a lot of cool architecture in it that would be neat to visit. I still get nervous wanting to shop in the female clothes. It's why I buy online. I'm just glad I figured out my size. That does make sense. But really, as long as you act calm when you're in those areas, nobody really cares. Everybody's just whatever. Nobody's looking at you. Nobody gives a toot. Just look at the stuff. Fish through things. Everybody is it's not bad. Meyer's really expensive, by the way, so if you're looking at pretty things there, you're going to be paying out the nose for the same stuff. Too many brand names. Like a basic pullover that I kind of liked. Didn't love, kind of liked. They want $100 for it. I'm not paying $100 for a pullover I kind of like. I better love that thing for $100. UK is so much different. We only have brick houses unless, I think. I have a partially brick house. Part of our front of the house is brick, so that's the thing. And Shein is cheap. I have never shopped at Shein, but I will have to give that a shot. All right, I have my camera in front of me, so I should be able to see this as I try and do the kiss now. So hold tight. Oh, it's down.
I don't know.
We'll just fly it up a little. I'll fly it back down.
Yeah. It does not hurt to try.
Mwah. Mwah.
And
Mwah. 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 You're a good little chat. Mwah. Mwah. All right, fly you back down to about where you were. And lock you back in place. There we go. Oh, actually, you're a little too low. We don't need to be staring at my car. Oh, that's why, because I still am close up. There we go. That's better. I'm in nice view now. And move that over a little bit. Better. Now I'm reading chat and not staring off to the side. Flats, as I remember what they call in the UK. Yep. Yeah, people live in a flat over there. We either have apartments or houses over here, so... I mean, technically everything's a house, but I mean... depends on the concept of what you want to talk about per talking about thing. Something went ding. Ooh, waiting for the ding thing to come up. I want to know what happened. I want to know what happened. Oh, Kiro Tozuki apparently followed. Hello, Kiro Tozuki. Sounds like a bazooki. Now I want dessert again. Now we'll be back to talk about dessert. That's more fun. Welcome, Hiro Tozuki. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you enjoy your stay. We're having a chitty chat type of night. That's what Mondays are here. And my name is Caddie. I'm a lot of things, but Lion is my actual primary, and this is the first time I've gotten to be Lion on my chat stream, so yay. My place overseas was always just called a flat. Nice. I hope you still enjoyed your time whenever you were living abroad there, Mindai. I know a lot of things were going on at the time, so... But I hope you still enjoyed and got to enjoy things. You know, experience some stuff over there. We don't have laundry rooms. Have the washer and dryer in the kitchen. Okay, fun fact. Almost the same, actually, in this house. Technically, the laundry has and I'm going to say it in heavy quotes, room in this house. But it's not really a room. It's just kind of a closet with a washer and dryer. And it is just off the kitchen. It's physically the wall behind where the refrigerator is. So it's technically part of the kitchen where our washer and dryer are. Though most places I've lived at and grown up in, the washer and dryer lived in the basement, if it existed. But ours is room. But ours does live just off of the kitchen. I was in Vienna, and our washer was in the bathroom. That was pretty convenient. That I can agree on. Just have the washer and dryer in the bathroom. Saves time. My camera's still low. I'm going to fix that. Click. I think that's better. There. Happier with it. Over there. More there. Thank you, chat. Stay where I want you. Yeah, I agree. The concept of you could more easily... Over there, so I'm not seeing you flashing. Move back up. Chat, behave. Physically behave. There we go. Chat stayed still out. Yeah, I think that would be much nicer, just having the laundry right in the bathroom. You're taking off your doity clothes from getting in a shower, throw them right in the washer. Saves time. You don't need to use an extra container. Hello, baby dragon husky hybrid. Them's a lot of words. You have many species units in that. Welcome to the chat. We still probably have another hour-ish here, so plenty of time to enjoy tonight. and I'm here every Monday and Wednesday. So if you're bored, you got someone to talk to. Um, and Commander says it's called a room. Room. That's a it's a good use of an H. That's a quality H in there. I do like the fact that this place doesn't have the washer and dryer in a basement. I mean, we don't have a basement, and I'm really glad we don't for where we live. Batteries get lower, so I'm going to head off. Have a great week. A great stream. Thank you, Mandy. It's been lovely having you. Relax and have fun. And if I remember right, you're off hang out in Seattle. So have a good trip. Hug the sunny, and if the dog's with you, pet them all. I'll Pete Sellers from Pink Panther. You're adorable, Commander. You are adorable. If we did have a basement in this direct area, it would be bad news. We looked at about 5 different houses when we were looking at this one that had a basement in this direct zone. Every single one had water damage, assuming it was at all finished, and the ones that weren't finished had a very obvious water damage. So it would have been not a good situation. So yeah, the fact that I have my laundry now for the first time in my life in my house and on the ground floor, really convenient. I love the fact that I can just throw the stuff in the washer and walk 6 steps over here to where my desk is and play on my computer. I'm so hot it's 61 degrees Fahrenheit, even though it's 18 degrees Celsius is what we use. I'm so sorry you're all toasty there, Wiz. I'm sorry. Hope it chills off a bit. I know outside here it's going to hit 96 Fahrenheit on Thursday. Elsewise, it's going to be in the high 80s this week. Not looking forward to that. The air conditioner is my friend. I know over in the UK-ish areas, it's a much less common thing to have air conditioning, period, let alone central air. That is one of the few things that we made sure and picked up when we picked this house, was a house that had central air conditioning. I set the house stays cool. It's expensive to pay for. I mean, electricity is not cheap, and especially when using it for cooling purposes. But it's nice to be able to just turn the house down and go, yeah, it's summer out there. In here, it's cool enough I can wear pants instead of shorts and sweating my digglies off. I have no argument about Celsius over Fahrenheit being whichever is the more prominent or should be. I'll take whatever people want to use. I know Fahrenheit's the only reason I use it normally, and that's what's on all the weather sites that I get to look at for here. So, only reason I use it normally. But, yeah. My ceiling fan's having problems, so I'm getting replaced with a new one on Friday, so yay! Well, I am glad that you're getting that replaced. Those are really nice to have. It's really good use of ceiling space, and they really do make a big difference in circulating air throughout a room and possibly larger parts of your house. Our family room has one. And we have one in our upstairs front hall. It's right above the stairwell too, so it's on most of the time, circulating air from upstairs to downstairs. So we keep the house a little more balanced. And having helped Dad replace enough light fixtures and what in our house in my childhood, I've come to realize ceiling fans are not that complicated to install. Just make sure you have a good solid mounting point for your light fixture already, and ceiling fans just as happy to be there as most lights are. I mean, in this room, we definitely would probably choose to change it to a ceiling fan if we got around to it. Um, this room has a chandelier for some reason. It was meant to be the dining room of the house, and we turned it into the computer room. But I think a ceiling fan would be more pleasant than the chandelier, which we cinched up really high because it used to be like I would literally have to walk around it. So I got a hook and I hooked the chain up to the top to keep it from banging into me. Wild. I wanted a ceiling fan at one point for my bedroom, but I never got around to installing one. It's fair. Do you have a light fixture in your bedroom, or do you just have like powered outlets in there? Because if you have a light fixture, it's actually really not that hard to change. Especially if you're just going to go with a lightweight, cheap one. Light fixture, yeah. So basically, you go to your Home Depot, your Lowe's, or your Maynards. Go into the lighting section, find the really light, cheap ceiling fans. They don't weigh very much, and they're easier to deal with. And boom, couple of wires, couple of screws, you got the ceiling fan up. Wizard has my fan is huge, like a jumbo jet engine. Nice. I approved this jet engine. Commander's asking, do we have access to the overhead side? If you're talking to me about my fan potential location, no. It's on there's carpet above this with floor. I don't have access. Oh, Wild might. Because Wild's on the second floor. Something else dinged. Ooh. What go ding? I wait for the pop-up. I want to see what it was. I want to see the bottom. It is Dairy Man. I'm guessing that's what the ones are for. Dairy Man, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining me here. My name is Caddie. It's lovely to meet you, and I hope you enjoy your stay. We're just chatting here. That's what Mondays are on this stream, is chatty time. Still got almost an hour left. Not quite, because I do have to make a hard cut at 10 Eastern today due to I have to go to bed by 11 for stupid overtime. Wild is not sure if he has access to the overhead section. You might, depending on if you have attic access in that part of the house. I do like the fact that we have two different attics in our place. There's the one that's over the garage/family room, and then there's the attic over the main part of the house where the 4 bedrooms live. The over the garage one actually has a bit of a storage space there, which is nice, and the other half over the family room is basically just scary. You're gonna fall through it, insulation and cross beams. The other attic is barely accessible. It has just a pop panel, and we know the air conditioner fanny pump thing is upstairs. I was able to access the section from my attic to put the cross member to stabilize the fan. Nice. That is convenient. Yay! Oh, yes, he does have access to his attic. Perfect. Nice. Yeah, it is convenient to also be able to put a crossbeam in to have more stabilization if it gets too shocky. And that way you can also effectively put in a heavier fan as opposed to a cheaper, lighter weight model. But in any case, ceiling fans aren't that expensive, and they're really a nice upgrade if possible, if it's available to you. So never gonna question those. And even if you do have air conditioning, they do make a difference because they will circulate the air in the room and make it a lot more comfy. And comfy is always relative. Most of the time during summer, there are fans that are on literally all day because we just don't turn them off. There's no point in it. We like having our air circulating, so it circulates all the time. There's the Vornado blowing into our workroom to keep it cool, so when we get up in the morning, the workroom is nice and chilly. As soon as we turn the light switch on in that room, the fan under my desk goes on because it's on one of the light switched outlets. Ceiling fan in the front hall is always on. Really nice. Does help keep us circulated. Especially convenient in the winter to move the air in the room. Yeah, even in the winter, it's nice to turn the ceiling fan on low and keep it from having stupid hot spots and cold spots. It will really push things around. Yeah, that fan on the upstairs hall is usually on. There's rarely a time of the year we've let it be off. Because it really does. It helps flush the air up and downwards. Fans are good. Fans are always good. Heck, I even buy more placeable fans almost every year. Not because they're like we don't have, but because it's good to have more, and they do. The cheap ones do eventually die. You know, those little $10 to $20 football size fans. those ones wear out. I have killed more than a few of those little motors. Do ceilings fans in America have brand names? Probably. I bet they do. But I never looked at them. I'll be honest, my ceiling fan is ceiling fan. And they came with the house. Someone else happened. Reaper Killer 097 followed. Well, hello, Reaper Killer. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome to the stream. Denny has a window unit AC. Nothing wrong with that. I lived with window units for a lot of years. Our apartment in Carlisle, we put a window unit in the bedroom and one in the other end of the living room of the house. Turned both on. And just kept the doors open. It did circulate well enough with those two little 5,000 BTU boxes quite well. Commander says Hampton is the brand that he buys from Home Depot for ceiling fans. Sounds like a name to me. Again, I'll be honest. As far as fans go, if it's a light fixture of any kind, I don't know the brand names. I am not really the most handy. I am sufficiently handy. I am makes it work handy. I swear Hampton Bay and Hunter and Harbor Breeze are names for them. Probably all are. Okay, we're doing a lean back. I'm getting a little crampy leaning forward. That's better. I need to be comfy occasionally. I also can't sit in the same position the whole time or I will get crunk. Already more than enough times after a stream night, I definitely have to take an ibuprofen to go to bed. I'm hardly handy unless handy counts as just plugging it in. I won't say I started as handy, but I will say I have accomplished as handy. More than enough times, just because I didn't want to potentially have to pay for a repair person or someone, a plumber, to come and deal with my little problems, I went on YouTube and figured it out. I fixed multiple things with the sink, several things with the toilets. It is interesting to know that I am able to get in there and do at least minor stuff. It makes me feel good. A little rewiring here and there, occasionally. Fix this, fix that. If it's mostly obvious, I do my best to figure it out. If it looks like I need, several large saws to be able to cut what I need and other hardware that I'd have to measure and do right, then I call a handyman. Hampton Bay makes a lot of electric fixtures. Nice. Well, that's good to know. I'm sure you're handier than you think, Wild. Sometimes it just comes down to giving it a shot, looking in there and seeing what's broken. I never thought I could fix a toilet till the one day I did. The flusher handle on our first. Oh, ara, 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 Danny, ara, ara. Did you need a little ara, ara in your life? Well, you get it. Ara, ara. When the first time it happened to me that a flush handle in one of our toilets, which was at our apartment, broke, I didn't want to wait around for the landlord to come fix it. I took the pieces. I went to I went to the I think it was Lowe's was what was near us at the time, and I just looked at the parts. I was like, okay, that's the part I need. Okay, apparently I need to get the whole flusher handle to get the stick piece that broke. And it's like $10. I got it. I brought it home. I screwed it into place. I attached the chain. I picked one that was made of metal and not a piece of plastic because that's where it broke, was a piece of plastic, and fixed that flush handle. And I've done that with 2 more toilets since then. I'm handy as in a handy call a plumber when I had a bad clog. You know, I've called a plumber for a bad clog before too. There are limits to what you can do on your own. And don't be ashamed that there are limits. We all have where you can get to and then where you can't get to. Tightening a bolt here or there or screwing on a thing, most of us can do that. If it's an external or easily accessible part, most of us can handle that. Once it comes down to plumbing past where your plunger can reach to or the liquid plumber can't deal with, then you start to get past where most normal people will handle. Electrical work, again, as much as you can handle. Like, Fopsy and I replaced a couple of light switches in this house with dimmer switches, which are awesome. Fopsy did most of the work for that, but we figured out together how it needed to be. And to be honest, a lot of it came down to we trial and errored till we got it right, and we were able to make them work. I don't trust liquid plumber anymore. It never works. That's fair. It depends on what kind of problem it is, whether or not it's going to help. If it's like just gunk buildup, a lot of times it will help. If it is something actually stuck in there, it may not help. So it really does come down to what kind of problems you have. When our downstairs toilet wasn't flushing, I think I went through like 3 different bottles of that stuff. And yes, buckets of hot water. The number of buckets of hot water that went in that toilet when we were trying to burn out whatever clog was downwind of it. But eventually, we cleared it. And yay, toilet works again nicely. When it comes to any of our sink drains, when they start running slow or something, one of the first things I do, don't do this to a toilet. Hot water is fine for a toilet. Boiling water is not. But most sinks, boil up your tea kettle, pour it down the drain. Sometimes repeat 2 or 3 times. No chemicals needed. Nothing gonna be too corrosive down there. Nothing you're gonna hurt with. And you will clear out so many good grease clogs with that you didn't know you accidentally made. And what's it cost me? The use of my electric tea kettle 3 times? Oh no, that's gotta be expensive. Not really, no. It's not like it's a piece of hardware I have to buy. That's part of my kitchen. We always have an electric tea kettle because it is way easier to make a lot of hot beverages with an electric tea kettle than it is with a stovetop kettle. Or trying to make, hot chocolate in a coffee maker. That just does not make sense. Unless you're wanting to make a mocha, in which case that's an entirely different story. Now I want a mocha. Great. Made myself want something. Maybe over the weekend. Arby's horsey sauce is good. I'm going to leave that to you. You may enjoy it. I am not a fan of most of those kinds of sauces. They do not hit well with me. Arby's, on the other hand, hits really well. I will happily get a roast beef sandwich and curly fries. No cheese, just beef on a bun. I am happy. That is delish. Depending on what meal of the day it is, what size I will go for. Small, medium, or the pounder, or is it a half pounder? The big one. Hot water hasn't worked for me either. I just had no luck with clogs. It's fair. It depends on how far the clog is from where you're able to hit it, too. If the clog is far enough down that the water is cooling off too much before it gets there, no meltsies. So there are limits to what things can do. The Arby's ad guy is a national treasure. We have the meats. We have the meats. If only Fopsy was with you, I would say Bobadeer. Technically, Fopsy is like 5 feet from me right now. Fopsy's leaving me. I love you.
I love you too, cat baby. I love you.
Goodbye. Have fun in the living room. Fopsy's going into the other room, probably with a snack-a-poo. She was playing on VR chat with a friend of ours. Helping show him around a little bit. Nature Glycerin Wild. No boom diaster. No boom, no blow up at the Wild's house. Bobadeer, no. Well, the good news is Fopsy does have a computer in that room, so most likely Fopsy will be joining us in chat form at least. Or Fopsy's gonna come and hug me with a plushie. Hello. Apparently I have a hyena plushie hugging my head that you can't see. Hello, Fopsy. Hello, hyena plush. Stripe your Spotty. Hi, Spotty hyena. You're adorable. Wild says, Commander Kitsune, I'll use a nuke next time Fopsy W derp. Swishy tail, Heartwood's groovies. Heartwood has such cute icons. A lot of people do caution against using chemical things whenever it comes to drain problems. Yes, by far, I'm 100% with Tell Fopsy that Wizard said hello, Bobadeer. Wizard says hello, Bobadeer. I'm not repeating that. Bobadeer is Fopsy. Yes. Yes, it is. I by far, if I have a clog type problem, my step one is and has been a plunger. If it's something localized like the toilet don't flush. B, bucket of hot water. Repeating those two processes quite a few times. Cider vinegar, really? Huh. I guess that would work. It's acidic. No question there. And cheap. Lies and Slender. No, it's not Lies and Slender there. And you're back. Yay! The acid. Yeah, it makes sense. Chemistry, kids. I do, however, generally have a few bottles of either Drano or Liquid Plum or whatever was the most on sale at the moment in the garage under the slop sink, just to, not for that particular sink, but for elsewhere in case it's needed. That's just the safest place to keep it, aka on the concrete floor far away from the carpets. Wizard says Bobadeer. Denny says, I use cold water for unclogging the toilet. Depends on the toilet type, clog, and what. It really is relative. If it's just stuck, like toilet paper or a poo or something, yes, cold water's fine. If the problem is it's stopped because the drain itself is gunked up, usually that's more like oil and grease based buildup, and cold water won't make it go away. as easily, but hot water will actually melt the greasy buildup and help make it go down. I replaced my toilet with a new Collier. Dang, that thing was heavy. Ooh. Someone's getting a little shishy there, aren't we, Mr. Commander? um, we have considered replacing toilets at some point in our house, but basically just went, you know what? The physical toilets ain't broke. We ain't fixing it right now. Went with the no wax ring seal. Oh, really? Oh, I'm actually curious. How did that go? Because every time I've seen or helped replace a toilet, yes, this has happened more than a few times in my life, we always use the disgusting wax ring. It had to peel off the old disgusting wax ring before we put the new one down. Which, ew. Glad you don't have the issues of overflowing toilet problems. Oh, God, yes. Chair height elongated and very nice. Ooh. Most of our toilets are taller. When I go to my parents' house and they're short people, I realize how short their toilet was. It's like, oh my. Standing up and peeing, it's like, I'm aiming way down there. If I'm sitting down, I feel like my knees are coming up. At least ours are a little, we're not quite chair height, I'd say. We're just a little shorter, but it's still comfortable height. And I really want the longer, kind of more ovally seat. I find that way more comfortable than the round type. But I definitely had to replace toilets for that. I'm not going to just be able to put a bigger toilet seat on the toilet. That would just make a big target that doesn't have a hole under it. My friend is begging me to do a 24 overnight challenge in an abandoned squash club for 1,000 subscriber special YouTube video. Wow. Well, you know, as long as it's not illegal, have fun with it. I don't see a problem with that. I've been in weird enough places for 24 hours. I actually stayed at a clothing optional campground religious area for more than a few long weekends. Nothing wrong with that. I enjoyed all the festivals I got to go to there. Quite a fun concept. At Fopsy Woo, I see Nintendo Switch behind her. Oh? Was that in the ad behind me? Oh, neat. I haven't been paying attention. Right now, I think it's an iPhone. Wizards making hearts at Fopsy. Commander playing squash for 24 hours would be rough. Yeah, it's actually playing the game would be rough for 24 hours. I'd probably be tired after about like a half hour of playing. I'm not that athletic. Oh, yeah. Fopsy used some of her cute little hearts and waggies. Denny made a bonk. Fopsy has a bonk icon? Do you? Get your icons. You do have a bonk icon. I guess that's one since I last looked. Yeah. Go away, icons. I was going to say 30 minutes and I'd be dead. I'm with you there, Commander. And you're more in shape than I am, I think. You and your military background. I have a marshmallow background. I'm what you might call indoorsy, mostly. Exploring abandoned buildings is not illegal unless you don't vandalize or steal anything. It really does come down to whether or not the abandoned building is technically owned by someone or something. Then it can be illegal. And so just make sure it's a non-legally entitled building before you go in there without permission. Fopsy is loved. Fopsy is loved. Fopsy is very loved, and I love my Fopsy very, very much. She is the best thing in my life, and I love her forever and ever and ever. And she could probably hear this from any room in the house because I have a loud, loud lion voice. And I love her. Fopsy got, oh, that's a cool love icon there, wizard. But I'm ancient. No, you're not ancient. No. Commander, you're not old yet. We've decided you're not allowed to be old. You're still young enough. Also depends on local laws. Exactly there, Commander. It really does. Abandoned buildings are, as long as your local laws say it's okay, as long as nothing currently owns it, you're technically not trespassing. Because sometimes even when it's not owned by something, abandoned then gets owned by the city, and the city then can get mad at you for trespassing on something they technically own that they don't allow people into. It's complicated. It's cool to do, though, mind you. I'm not going to say don't have fun. Just don't do anything that you're going to be illegal at for safety's sake. We don't want to have you in jail. And boy, I'd love to be running to the problem need to do 1,000 subscriber special for my YouTube. I only need about 236 more, so hint, hint, nudge, nudge. There's a link in my about section about my YouTube channel if you want to watch there and subscribe. I wouldn't mind. This one's not owned by anymore, so that is hopefully good. I'm not going to tell you you're right or wrong. I honestly don't know. I'm not. As long as it's cool, it's cool. Have fun. Enjoy squashing for 24 hours. Bring your racket. A couple balls. They probably don't have those things there if it's abandoned. Fopsy goes, oh, I know, cute. Danny makes pop emotes. And what's that other one? Heartwood tea. Oh, yeah, you gave me tea bags. Yeah. 24 hours in an abandoned asylum strapped to a bed. Yeah, I'm going to say no on that one. I'm going to nope that. Shoot, me in a bed alone overnight. I roll so many times. If I'm strapped down, I am going to be in so much pain even after just 8 hours, let alone 24. No, that doesn't sound like fun for me. Somebody has to own the building no matter how abandoned it is. Granted, some of the videos of abandoned places are pretty cool. Yeah, that's the thing. Technically, they do get owned by something, whether it be by a bank or the city or another company that bought the rights to it, even if they're not squatting there at the moment. Just because they might want to build a Walmart there in the near future or something, you know. Now I got a Coke ad. Yeah, it keeps changing. Whatever that is behind me, it's just there. Too bad they're not getting me sponsors. The only thing I'm scared of doing is the overnight challenge. Hearing noises of... Are people showing up? Or are they noises particular? To be honest, all those noises you're hearing are either wild critters that have decided it's their home now, or creaking woods and things from older buildings. Or your friends being creepy and trying to scare you. One of those is what your actual result really is. Because I am definitely not someone who believes in ghosties. Though I will definitely say things can be creepy, but I don't necessarily believe in ghosts. Definitely something I've always wanted to do someday, exploring places. I can agree with you, sweetie. I do like the idea of exploring weird places. I remember talking to the guy who produced the Wars of Men, and they used the abandoned Packard factory for filming. They had a lookout for cops and gangs. Sounds my stomach or my farts. Yeah, I agree on that. A little bit of both. A little bit of both. Totally there, Commander. That is wicked that an actual film was done in a way that wasn't 100% on the uppity. And they were watching for cops or gangs to come by from them filming. As long as you're quiet and respectful and nobody notices you, and it's a big enough place that you're far away from where the cops will just be doing a drive-by and, shine the lights in, no one will probably bother you, but just be safe, okay? That's all I ever ask. Be safe. The cast is only 7 people. Okay, so that's what you call a big production. That's high end cinema. Bet their budget was in the 20s of dollars. Honestly, if they're filming, it's probably actually hundreds or thousands of dollars. But what'd you pay them in? Case of beer. Beer. How much did you give to the guy doing the lookout? 2 cases. Actually, it was a pretty cool, good indie film. Well, that's cool. I'm glad. I never heard of it, but that's cool. That's cool. And the old Packard factory, that is kind of neat. Always surreal when you use old buildings like that. The Wars of Other Men. That was the name. Okay. Nice. I will look that up later. Yeah. Definitely a good benefit of Fopsy having the earlier shift is Fopsy has now been doing... they're on YouTube? Nice. I will look for it there. Fopsy actually has been out buying her own vegetables for salads and stuff, which is making the grocery time so much easier. Because I'm not really the fresh veggie eater in the house, especially in the salad sense. And most of the veggies I'm buying are ones I don't normally eat. And I don't have a good judgment nature of, so I'm not really the best tomato cucumber purchaser. But since Fopsy now can take care of that, it's easier that my Fopsy can pick out the ones that she likes the best, that look best to her, and can deal with the typing in all the PLU codes and weighing things and whatnot at the grocery store. Especially if that's the only things that Fopsy's picking up, that means it's easy for Fopsy to go in and deal with that one little product set. And it means I don't have to deal with that product set, and it's not my responsibility now. Yay! I'm getting the chills on what could happen. Oh, you'll be fine, Wiz. You can do it. Be brave. Be brave, Woofy. You're a wizard, Woofy. We're going to need ninjas and wizards. I'm a wizard, but you're not a ninja. That's quoting one of those old Lord of the Rings memes. I can put the IMDb link in the chat. Sure, yeah, that's safe. I'm okay with that. I trust you there, Commandador. Go right ahead. I don't think I locked down links. I don't think I've done that yet. I should, but I haven't. Thank you. I'm going to click on that so it's open in another tab. I'm going to click on that. There we go. And then head on over. There we go. There we are. All right, that is flagged. I will look at that later. Shows the trailer shows the quality they did. Nice. Why, thank you. I will take a peeky poo at that in a little bit here. Yeah, that sounds fun. We are looking forward to our new normality of Popsy getting off the hour before me. The fact that we are now going to be streaming at the same time each day makes it really nice. So if you happen to want to follow, or you don't already follow, most of you already follow Fopsy Woo that actually pay attention to my stream, we will now be streaming at the same time 4 days out of the week as it currently stands, 7 p.m. I'm on Monday, Fopsy's on Tuesday, I'm on Wednesday, Fopsy's on Friday. We're considering switching up with a little bit of Thursday action pushed in there in the future, but, this is still in the fluff zone. We want to get used to our new work schedules before we go messing with our Twitch schedules more than just Fopsy starts at 7. which is hopefully good for everyone that wants to watch, and it's definitely good for us, time and space wise, because that way we know that our streaming happens when it happens. It's easier to remember for anyone that's feels like seeing us, so it'll be nice. I might chill in Popsy's VC on his server to see what anyone wants, if anyone wants to chit chat. Fopsy yawns and with a little hoot. Emmy, are you still up? Aren't you tired? Don't you need nappy poos? After the stream. Um. Oh yeah. We do have a voice chat stuff on our Discord server. So if you're interested in enjoying our Discordy zone, that is both mine and the Fopsy Floofs, feel free to chitty chat there afterwards if you so choose. I do not usually go in there to chitty chat, especially after I've been chitty chatting for 3 hours, which is what this is going to round out to be, like usual. In fact, by the time I'm done chatting for 3 hours, I'm usually done. I'm all talked out. Emmy says, soon this little owl will be a burrito owl. Yay! We'll wrap you up in bankies. You do know that in this house we have a myriad of soft, fluffy blankies. Many of which are furry blankies. Most of which are pink. Quite a few of which have Minnie Mouse on them. So, depending on your taste, we can help you there. We also have a couple of Stitch and Lion King and 101 Dalmatian ones. So, we have some variety in case you need other things in your day-to-day. And between all the different nice comfy plays in this house, we tend to keep comfy blankets in every room of the house where you can curl up because, well, we like to have space to be comfy. Heck, 3 of the rooms have actual beds. Our bedroom plus the 2 guest bedrooms. I love my Grogu one. Yay, Grogu. He is cute. My sister has a big thing for him, too. I've gotten her a couple little Grogu things. Need to buy her more when I see them, because they make her smile. Yes, I buy things for my actual sister. She's still my friend, even though she's 2 years older than me and picked on me a lot when we were little. We've grown to be actual friends as adults, so that's the important part. And she moved out here to near where I live because, well, she wanted to spend more time with us. So that's a good thing. Yes, she lives on the other side of town, but other side of town is way different than other side of Ohio from me. She used to live near the western Pennsylvania border, west of Pittsburgh, and we live in Fort Wayne, Indiana, which is the east side of Indiana. So we literally had an Ohio between the two of us, which is a lot of log boring. About 5 hours of it. Now she lives about 25 minutes if I hit all the stoplights or there's traffic on Coliseum. Most people won't understand that, but trust me, not that bad. Don't believe Caddie. The 2 of them have knockdown, drag-out fights. Cops are always at Caddie's house. No, they're not. Nah, Commander's fibbing. When I was little, my sister did once try and chase me around the house with Mustard. Long story, Mustard is pure evil, not a joke around me. This is not like he doesn't like you saying cute kind of thing. No, Mustard is literally a absolute I will ban you word. If you're trying to threaten me with it. For chasing me around the house with the squeezy of Mustard, I chased her back around the house with a very large knife. And when my parents came home they found she complained about what I did, and I told her what she did. They said, oh, yeah, what he did was justified. I was defending myself. but we haven't really fought in a lot of years. I'm happy about that. It's good to have a sister that's going to be part of your life. When she had a fairly necessary hospital visit uh, last year, I'm the one that took off work and took her to the hospital and sat in the hospital waiting till she was able to be released. So, yes, I love my sister enough to sit around a boring hospital waiting and worrying for her for all of a day. Because we got there early in the morning and we got to leave there at like 9 at night. I'm glad I packed a good sandwich for that day. Um, and my Switch, and my laptop, and a few movies and TV series on it just to keep me busy, and a couple Battletech books to skim through. That hospital was boring as butts. But I'm happy my sister's okay and her operation went fine, and that's her problem. I'm not going to talk about all of her details, but I'm just saying that's something that happened. Um, but yes, I love my sister, and I'm happy to have her in my life. Um, I wish my parents were closer. Our parents, I mean, they're hers too. But they are still on ye old other side of Ohio from us, so, can't win them all. Um, but living where my parents live was not an option. I am not going to move to the dirt water of Apollo where nothing is and internet is dud almost. And I couldn't afford to live in Pittsburgh, anywhere that was worth living in, because the cost of living was way too high in and around the city and or any of the areas where I could potentially be. Though I know plenty of friends that do live in those areas. It's a lot more cost prohibitive if you're not actually anchored to the location for your job. The fact that we're working home means we could live almost anywhere, and our job goes with us as long as we have good internet. And moving out here to Fort Wayne, Indiana, we definitely had the options of good internet all over the place. We got fiber. Probably can get faster. I do need to get around to calling Frontier and ask them about the higher speed plans. Housing itself was a lot cheaper, like totally exceptionally a lot cheaper. Traffic is way less than Pittsburgh. The first time I drove down through downtown Fort Wayne, I didn't realize I was doing it till I was like exiting it, because I just followed Google Maps. I was trying to. A friend told me about going to the Jefferson Point area, and I was like, okay, I'll Google Maps how to get there from my house, and I drove there, and I realized as I'm driving through downtown Fort Wayne, I drove through the actual middle of the real city with the tall buildings part. And from that point on, I wasn't scared of the city. But the fact that we have enough spread outness to our area, the suburbia is pretty nice. And the suburbia is quite well speckled with shopping areas. So it's not like it's all just like suburb upon suburb upon suburb and you have to drive a half hour to get to a grocery store. For that matter, I can walk to a grocery store in less than 10 minutes. It is, if you could physically walk straight there from our house, it would be less than 2 minutes because it's directly behind us. But you kind of have to walk. You can't walk through people's backyards because they have fences and things. So that's a bit of a that's a thing. But we have in short driving distance so many good places to go out to eat, so many good places to go shopping. So the grocery store that's near us is one of the slightly more expensive types. So most things we don't buy there. Vegetables are about the same price everywhere, so that's why Fopsy will go there to buy, lettuce and cucumber and tomato, because it's basically the same price everywhere, give or take a little bit here and there, and that's Again, that's variable by the day on some of this stuff, so it's not like you can't quite judge what's going to be what isn't. But a lot of the general goods there are a little bit more. What the? Riku? Riku, you little fluff, you just raided me? Oh my god, thank you, Riku. You are such a cute little sweetie. Mao. Did I set up the shout out thing yet? I think I was going to do that. Where is my keyboard? Actually, Fopsy, if you're listening, could you shout out Riku? S-O... at Riku Damugo. Hopefully this works. I don't know if this works or not. I'm trying. Hey there, I hope you're having a good night. Just got done playing Mago. Such a good... Oh, I'm so glad you had a good time there, Rico. Did you have a good... I hope your stream was good. I hope all of your watchers were good to you. I hope they all brought you chicken nuggies. You are such an adorable... Riku is one of the... Yeah, my shout thing doesn't work yet. I haven't figured that out yet. I need to make Stream Doodly do that for me. I'm sorry. I'm not as good, not technical. Click on Riku's name and click follow, okay? Everybody click on Riku's name and follow him because he's a really, really sweet little Moogle Puff. He's tiny, he's adorable, and yes, he's there to help you save. Yay! In 2 days, I get my exam results. Hopefully, they're good exams. If they're like schooly type exams, I hope you passed. If they're healthy type exams, I hope you aren't dead. Yeah, not dead. We want you to be not dead, wizard. Be a good wolf and be not dead. Oh, it's a day. Yar. What was I thinking about? Where was my head? I don't even know what I was talking about at this point. My brain's gone a mile a minute. Blurb. If it's a health thing, I hope that comes back with a positive news. I agree there, Riku. We totes agree. We all want you to have a healthy whatever it is if it's a health thing there, Wizzy. Riku, I think. Yes. Yeah. It's a high school exam? Well, in that case, I hope you passed. Man, high school. High school. Wow. I remember high school. That was a long time ago. Yeah, some of us are not young anymore. At least calendar-wise. I still feel young. But, yeah. Wow, high school was ages ago. Good night, Emmy. Time to play Beat Saber till my little wings can't do it. Beat Saber. Emmy, you're supposed to be curled up and sleeping, not playing Beat Saber. You get wrapped up in a blankie, get chicken noodle soup and some hot tea and chamomile or something decaffeinated so you can sleep and get better. We're a healthy little owl. I barely remember high school. Oh, I don't. Oh. When you go to a Christian high school, you don't forget it. Hey, all stands, you give me kisses. Yay, I got bunny kisses. Hello, all stands. I wish I barely remembered high school. Me too. When the weather drastically changes and my health is in the bucket. Yeah, so's Fopsy's. So, yeah. Yeah, the whole switchy thing. If the weather's like up and down, it really it mess with us. And oh, you just woke it up. Well, good evening morning to you all. Says I know we're the same time zone, but it's I always feel whenever you wake up, it's morning. So even if it's dark out, your wake up time is it's morning time. Having worked a midnight shift more than enough times, my version of morning is relative. And yes, you're going to be assaulted with love there, little Benoit. You get all the loves because you're a pretty pink Benoit. And though I'm not a Benoit today, I'm being catty. Um, I'm still Benoit friendly. This lion doesn't eat bunnies anymore. Unless I go to that one butcher shop around the corner. And they do sell bunnies in the freezer case. I'm not kidding. It's actually in the butcher shop that's only about 5 minutes from here does have Benoit. In Ferris, I try rabbit once. Okay. Seeing as how the buddy in the chat mentions that, I'll let you know. I found rabbit really tasty growing up. Uncle Carl's chicken was delicious every time we had it. And it wasn't until I was much older that I found out what Uncle Carl's chicken was. Oh, it was like an all dark meat chicken. That's the best description I can give you. And Mom usually made it as like a, just like a roast chicken would be. So she made a heck of a good roast chicken. So it was really good. I've heard people say it tastes gamey. I never felt it tastes gamey. It just tasted like dark meat. It was a 4-legged dark meat chicken with dark breast meat. I am a wolf pup, by the way, but I'm also have magic. Well, you can be a brave wolf pup with magic. Yeah, do the thing. But yes, I've eaten quite a few types of critters over the years. Growing up in middle of nowhere, Western Pennsylvania, with the majority of my extended family and direct family males all going out hunting, and quite a few of the females as well. I'm not trying to be sexist. I'm just actually, relative. Most of the females lived at that time where they weren't the outgoing getters, and or they really didn't care for the hunting. So pretty much anything that was an uncle or uncle-esque was out hunting on every major hunting holiday. But I never succeeded hunting myself. I tried several times, never even got a shot off on a critter. I don't particularly care for chicken, but that's likely because I never had chicken cooked by a competent person. Dry, rubbery, oven-baked chicken, scarcely seasoned. Oh my. Bunny. Come, get your fluffy tail over here. I will cook you chicken correctly. Falls asleep on my, I have a little wee wolf on my lap. Yay! I pet. My goodness, all stunts. Yeah, I made chicken leg quarters tonight. In the oven. They are juicy. They are delicious. They are amazing. They are well seasoned. And good. I come from a land of deer hunting. I was one of the few that never did it. I tried to deer hunt. I almost got my rifle up once. 1 year that was hunting, but they went past us and over the hill way too fast. Never even got my gun up to my shoulder when it passed. If I can, I would. I like garlic a lot. If you want a hint of how I would, well, my seasoning for my chicken does have a good bit of garlic in it. So yeah, get over here. Jinkins. Also, my marinade for my steaks does include garlic powder, so that would probably help too. It does add just a hint of garlic in there. It's mostly the taste of the Worcestershire, though, that really brings that one to life before grilling. The vinegar does the heavy lifting, and the Worcestershire does most of the flavor. The garlic does add a little bit of fun to it. I also need to try steak by competent person. Oh my, yes. Tell me how far you're willing to try it, and I will happily make you a steak as undone as you are so willing to experiment. I grew up in the land of your steak had to be cooked well done, extra well done. As soon as I was free to choose, I first tried medium, then I tried medium rare, then rare. Then I went the next step further and went with blue at a place I trusted. Depending on who's cooking it, blue can be a little bit too far, not because it doesn't taste good, but because some of the binding tissues don't break down quite quickly enough. You get a good flavor off the meat itself, but it's a little harder to deal with. Medium as far as you'd go, that's still a fair quality. It's really tasty. What the? Hoo-ha? Apparently went night where I'm at. Foie? I guess this place cares what time of day it is. Because all of a sudden it got dark. Well, welcome to night at the Sakura Blossom Field. That is neat. I was not expecting that. This is the first time I've been in this world. I found it in the world search when I was getting ready to start tonight. Don't bonk all stunts. You're a good Benoy. And yes, Denny, Riku, I would feed you two as well if you came to visit. You two, Wizard. Anytime people come to visit, if someone feels like that their journey was worthy to come to where I live to see me, I, by all means, will happily cook delicious for you and take you out to eat at the places that make even better than I do. I grew up with well done. I switched to medium once I was on my own. That is definitely the way to go. I'm not a good Benoy. I bonk hard all the time. That's fair. I think you're good, though. You're a good little Benoy. You're a good Benoy. Wild's a good little deer. Denny's a good kitty. Wizard's a good wolf puppy. Riku's a good little Moogle bunny. Fopsy's a good little Bobadeer. Fopsy's probably not paying attention at this point because I haven't been yelled at yet. Mendy's a tiger, but I believe he already left a while ago because battery charge. Commander is definitely a Fopsy. And I believe I have cooked for the Commander more than a few times at events. Whether or not he realized I'm the one that cooked, I have cooked a lot of the foods at some of the local gatherings here. We have one coming up soon. Oh, you lost power. That sucks. I hate when that happens. Apparently we had that happen here on Sunday morning. So it annoyed Fopsy when she was trying to copy files to her new hard drive. I grew up with mostly Polish cooking and butchered Italian American stuff. To be fair, I have felt you there, all stunts. A lot of the more interesting recipes I remember from childhood that I now am trying to get back to and get into again are all Polish. Halushki, both delicious. Recently, Fopsy Woo found a recipe and made me some halushki, and I was really happy about that. I need to make halupkis, though. That is on the to-do list. But I grew up with mostly German heritage. I'm 75% German, 25% Irish, and the 25% of Irish grandparentalhood died when Mom was 5. So the only ones I ever knew were German source. But we had a lot of Polish food in our repertoire, mostly because a lot of them came from Depression era So grandparents from Depression era were really good at cooking stretch your dollar foods, and a lot of the Polish dishes that we were eating were definitely stretch your budgets. Things with cabbage. It's kind of interesting. And I've come to understand that at least the way my grandparents cooked, everything was so bland. My brain's melting a bit, half asleep still. Melting all stunts. Smug face. Mm-hmm. Yeah, most of my family cooked a lot of bland. I definitely feel you there. I came from bland, overcooked mostly. But I learned from that. It taught me how to add flavor to my food because I wanted to add flavor. So I went out and found seasons and added things. Anyway, the foods I like are at least are Polish. That is understandable. I can really feel you there. I would definitely say if you get a chance to try some well-made halupkis or halushki, give those a shot. Those can be delicious if they've been given the flavor treatment. Fopsy did make a heck of a halushki. That is noodles with cabbage for anyone that's lost on that. Halupki is cabbage rolls, which is usually ground meat and rice wrapped in a piece of cabbage cooked in a tomato sauce. Not like sketty sauce, but a sauce that just happens to be made of tomatoes and can be really tasty. But I tend to not make as much of that stuff. And, it's not my thing. As Emerald once said, bam. I can agree on that. We call those pigeons here for pigeons? Pigeons? Also, as your coverage area is broken, that's weird. But hey, call it what you like. I'm good with that. For the longest time in my seasoning cabinet, there was Emerald's Essence. I liked adding that to stuff. It was a good seasoning clump. The ground meat wrapped in cabbage. Yeah. Oh, there's an ad and something went ding. Little Femboys. Well, thank you for the follow there, Little Femboys. Thank you for coming here. No idea, but my parents called them pigeons. Their grandparents called them pigeons. I don't know. That I would never know. Damn it, Taco Bell. Guessing you're going to Taco Bell ad. I remember when we first had Taco Bell show up anywhere near us, it was a game changer. Because we still had the 59-cent menu at the time. And Mom didn't mind stopping for fast food if I'm eating mostly off a 59-cent menu. Also, do not melt me. I'm not food, and if I were, I have too much pectin to melt. Meh. I'll melt your face a little bit. I think you'll enjoy it. Caddie's doing how to cook. Melts all sense. Strawberry juice. I honestly cook more if I had more people to eat. We actually only normally do major cooking a couple nights of the week and do leftovers a lot of the time. And yes, you need a caddy in your life, Alstance. You need a caddy or someone like a caddy to help you experience more food flavors. Want to adopt me? I don't know if you could deal living with the two of us for more than a day or three. We're good with company. We are not that great with having somebody long term. We have a big enough house. It's just how big it gets. And it is something we've gotten used to is the ability to walk away from the other person and have space if you need to. fact, we're working on in the next year or so the ability to have the VR setup be in two different rooms, so that we can not only share this room where I am right now, but say on one person's streaming night, the other person could easily be in the other room on a different gaming rig, being able to either play games on their Steam or to get on their VR setup, get on the third point VR setup in the other room where they could just strap on the headset and go to town. Partly we're looking into that once the new Valve product comes out, because we're probably both going to get the new headset, whatever they end up calling it in the end. And then we have two indexes. So one backup to be on a shelf for emergencies and one for the living room rig. Sounds like a plan anyway for us. But yeah. Though, yes, all stunts, if you want to come and spend a short trip with us, even a couple of weeks, we would happily take care of you. You've been a good friend to me, and for quite a while, I would definitely happily take you around, show you the sights, and feed you well. Besides, yes, we do have 2 guest rooms, so there's places where you can sleep. With actual beds in them, too. It's not like we have guest rooms that we just say, this is the guest room. That's an empty room. No, it's actually set up mostly as a bedroom, so, yeah. We've been set up like that since we moved here. Besides that, we also have the futon couch, 2 other full-length couches, plenty of places where we can stash a person if we have too many people napping over. And a queen-size air mattress. Not kidding. We have space to sleep. I'd be afraid to let someone adopt me anyway. With how little real-life society experience I have, I'd feel an intense anxiety about trying to establish myself. That I can understand. I really can. But I do hope you do get out of your current living situation and get to spread out, and I won't not pay rent. Aw, well that I'd appreciate if you want to be here for long term. I didn't charge my sister or her boyfriend when they were staying here while they were location hunting, but I did that on purpose because it was done for me, because they were coming here with the intent of getting a place, not living with us. And someone did it for me, so I did it for someone else. Basically, we did the pay it forward game. And conveniently, my sister actually helped in the kitchen, so that was nice. She helped make dinners. I will say having 2 extra people living in the house for 4 months, that got heavy. And depending on the type of person, how heavy being there can become. And you may get to deal with us on our free time, like when I'm on streams and whatnot. Dealing with the 2 of us during work time is a completely different story. We can both get grumpy. I'll just say that. But that's normal. Most people don't understand that work at home does still mean that you still are at work and still have work feelings, work existence. 2 weeks with, it was like a week and a half with Fopsy's mom and stepdad here. I think we both wanted to, tell them, just go home. You've stayed here long enough. Just go home. Go home. Or we'll get you a hotel room you can stay in, so you're not in our house constantly. Because we didn't have time off of work or anything. We had weekends, and they were just there, and they're not as self-sufficient entertainers as some people could be. I'm a person who would keep to my little room, aside from one room being more occupied than normal. You wouldn't know I'm there. Probably not, honestly. Though, to be fair, honestly, while we're up at work in the upstairs room, the living room, the big comfy couch is always free. And there's space to jack in an Ethernet cable if you need to, or hop on the wireless and enjoy the internet in that fashion. We are a very open household as far as that goes. Plenty of comfy spaces to exist. Especially if we're stuck at work, by all means, use our living room. Have fun. Alstance is best Benoit. I do know a lot of good Benoits, but Alstance is definitely one of the best Benoits. I don't want to grade my Benoits. I can't do that. I'm a Benoit sometimes, and Arrow Cookie's a Benoit, and Loopy's a Benoit. They're both good Benoits. My sister has two actual Benoits, or three actual Benoits now. Phoebe, and I don't know the two new ones' names anymore because they're new and I haven't met them yet in person. Okay. We are getting to the too late o'clock. I apologize to everyone that the concept that I would be considering rating you out here because I am having fun. You're obviously, oh, thank you. We just found this one this weekend, and I now can say I have a Caddie. So this would be about as Caddie as I'm going to get in VR avatar style. Let's see. Who is available that I can send you all off to have fun with that I haven't sent people off to for a while? That'll work. That person hasn't gotten a hit for me in a while. Let's get this up. Oh, good. And they even show up in the pop-up. I don't even have to type. Perfect. In fact, speaking of bunnies, I'm going to send you over to a bunny. But I definitely want to thank you all for spending time with me. I'm here on Mondays and Wednesdays from 7 till 10-ish normally. Yes, it's later than I should be because I have to get to bed in less than 45 minutes now, and I probably still want to get some munchies in my face. But, that's my bad, not yours. And Fopsy Woo, my other half, also streams on the same time frames, Tuesday and Friday. So our two channels are friends, and we share a Discord server, so that also helps. So you can go down to my About section, find my Discord server. I also have listed my Mastodon, my Twitter, my YouTube channel, and my FA. And if you have the ability, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's free, and I need 236 more till I can monetize there. So if you're available, I'd really appreciate. If you can follow here too, always good. I know pretty much everybody's listening to me at this point has followed me, and good gravy, that number has gone up a lot today, and I appreciate all of you. I appreciate the raids today. You have both been amazing. Thank you, Wizzy Wolf, and thank you, Riku. You've both been awesome for that. I really appreciate that. And before this timer runs out, thank you again. I will see you all again on Wednesday for Cult of the Lamb in Fursuit. Come join me and have a little gamey fun. I will keep talking to you then as well, because that's what I do. But bye for now, and sleep well. And Caddie thinks you're all amazing little floofs. Boop. It booped.